Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogia Monster here, and welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as I like to call it. Hope you all guys are having a good time tonight. Hope you're all safe, had a good weekend. Hope you're all good. You know, um, yeah, it's been a uneventful weekend. Started working back up at my dad's today. You remember the deck that I started? Well, there were little things that had to be done, and I figured they'd get done, but they didn't. So that's what I'm doing. But this way I get to finish the job. Um, no, it's done right. What do we got here? Brian and Chewy, what's up? Hey, Stevie. Uncle Bones, what's up? Daniel Lundy, good to see you. Paulie T, welcome back, brother. Mr. Lee, Jay Fritz. How you doing, Mr. Fritz? Sandra Piper. Ida Bustamante. Neon Moon, how are you? Gary Spikes, what's up, buddy? How you been? Ugh. Still got another. It's kind of screwed up setup. My camera's too high. Looks like I'm looking at the floor almost. No, I'm looking at the camera. It's just never mind. So fucked up. Gotta move my mic over. Gotta move my computer back. Sorry if you're doing noise. Yeah, I almost was almost late. um, this whole daylight savings thing, you guys, I think I've told you in the past, is we don't change our clocks. We change our time zones. So like right now it's 7 o'clock. We're on California time. So it's a little weird, it's like I feel like I'm cutting my days short. That's why I kind of got used to it being in when I was in Florida. It was actually at 10 and 11, Eastern. But here I'm on Pacific time, so it's screwed up. But it is what it is. But yeah, I was almost late. Was up and was working on my dad's house, and then we had dinner with him. Prayers to my dad. He's having surgery tomorrow. I think I told you guys they found a spot on his lung, so they're going to go in and investigate or do what they're going to do. So yeah, prayers to you, Dad. Love you. Sharon Guy, how are you? What else we got here? I forgot to take a damn cold medicine. I can still feel the sinuses. Yeah, I can feel it. I can hear it too when I talk. Breeze, what's happening, man? It's funny. Well, I'm just on StreamYard, but if I'm on YouTube, like I can click on participants and then I know who's everybody there. Here, I just scroll around looking. Why change it? Normal show. No guests scheduled. Not that I ever do, but once in a while they pop up. Yeah, I'll put the link in chat. You guys, if you want, you can come on. Anybody can come on. I know Paulie's been out for a while. I'm sure he's looking to jump back on. And it's good to see you back, Paulie. I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, it's funny. I keep hearing everybody's got this bug. Well, and I don't think they realize that it might be the bug. I was talking to somebody earlier, and everybody in the family's got this cold thing. Yeah, that's what I thought. And still, I have never been tested, so maybe it was a cold thing. But I'm just saying, okay, I had it. No, I pray for everybody that's out there, not feeling too well. You'll get through it. I see. Michael Haywood, what's up, brother? I'm gonna make sure I'm not digging the way this is set up. Not at all. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'll do it that way. I'm going to move the camera, guys. Don't freak. If you won't even notice. Yeah, give me a second. I'm trying to adjust the light at the same time. Come on. Oops. My bad. It's going to be one of those nights, guys. All right. I was muted. My sister came out and she said, "There's no sound." Sorry about that. Yeah, so let me put the the link in the chat, and just get that underway. What I was saying is my computer is not sturdy, and I have my camera on top of the. You know what? I'm just stupid, I think. I'll just leave it alone. But every time I got to type, as I was saying, but you didn't hear it, um, the camera's going to shake. So yeah, the if you've never been on the show before, and you want to pop on, just hit the link in chat and follow the directions. It's pretty simple. If you don't want to be on camera, at the bottom it'll say "Stop Camera." If you hit that, that's what you get. So I know there's some people out there that don't like being on camera. It's all right. Um, I do ask. Oops, somebody just popped in and then popped out. I do ask that you turn off YouTube in the background. Just use StreamYard if you do pop on. It's pretty simple. So yeah, I'm still got that little cold going on. Cold, right? Um, it's almost done, but I apparently my neighbor's going to start banging at 7 o'clock at night. I hear somebody hammering. They're not wood knocks. Yeah, I don't know. I saw somebody pop on in the back real quick. Wow. I might have to go have a talk with my neighbor. Paulie, come on and entertain these folks while I go have a talk with somebody. Flat Rock, what's happening, man? Hey, Jen. I'll wait. Cindy Finn, how are you? Anyway, I muted it because this guy is banging away over here. Lovely. Why does it seem to get louder when I close the door? That's all right. You can't hear them, really? Oh man, this. I'm amazed that you guys can't hear that. The neighbor across the street, I don't know which house it is. They're nailing something, but they're using a lot of nails. Wow. There's plane going overhead. Although I do have my gain down pretty low. If I turned it up, you'd hear it. Brandy, hey, what's up, girl? Rosemary, how are you? Ben T. Lockbeard in the house? I see somebody said hi, Lockbeard. Omicron Ali. What's up, Omicron?
Hi, guys. I was a little scared. I didn't want anyone to see my face.
Oh, okay. You're like a Mr. Lee. You're a pussy too, huh?
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm afraid.
I'm kidding. I am so kidding.
What?
What's
So
up?
he is a pussy. You're not kidding. We all know this. Stop it. Don't lie.
Dude, that would get you out of the shit.
What's up, man?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Dude, so much better.
Yeah.
I got the I think I got the mega COVID. It was like a trifecta. I think it was all three of them in one. That shit hit me like Mike Tyson, and I slept for 3 days. He even bit my ear.
Wow.
Look, it's got a little piece missing. Yeah. But anyway, I felt a little better, and I still wasn't straight. You know what I mean? It wasn't right. And I went out plowing. It was an easy storm. I think it was 10 hours, 12 hours. It was just riding around, spreading salt. No blades down, no nothing. It was easy money. And we had a little group meeting on how we were going to attack, because I had other guys with me. So since I had the sander, they were like, dude, just spread salt. I was like, beautiful. I'll sit at the back of the pack, let you guys clear the road, and I'll just drop salt when you're done. And when I turned around, I put my phone in my hoodie, and it must have hit the water bottle that was in there and bounced right back out onto the ground. I never heard it hit the ground. You get all these trucks running, loud as a bastard. I get in the truck, so I do the first half of my route. I'm like, hey, I got to call Joey. So I grab my phone, right? I'm like, whoa, you ain't calling nobody. You ain't got your phone. So I had to finish the rest of my route. And by the time I get back, I pull up to the spot and I see this hump in the snow. I'm like, there she is. Come to daddy. I pick it up. I dust it off. The fucking LCD screen's fucking destroyed. The truck behind me ran it over. It crushed both sides.
I didn't bring it with me, but I just destroyed my phone 2 days ago.
Dude. So then I go to the phone store. So now, hey, listen, all you people watching the show, pay attention to this shit. If you do this on your phone, keep all your passwords and all your usernames on a piece of paper somewhere so you will not get locked out of your account. If you have an iPhone, they're going to say that you're not who you are. You're a thief trying to steal someone's identity, and they're going to make you wait 14 days before you can get into your account or do anything.
Really?
Yeah, and that's what happened to me. So I couldn't go on. I watched a couple of your shows. I couldn't comment because I couldn't go on. I couldn't log in YouTube. So it was an interesting couple of weeks. I'm so thankful a lot of you guys. I missed all of you. Even Patrick Vaughn, if you're not here, you bastard.
Even Patrick.
Just kidding. But yeah.
No, sorry you got hit so bad with it. But I see you're on the mend, and that's good, man. I still have sinus issues right now.
Yeah, me too. A little bit. It's still not out of there. It's like it's lingering. It's like
that's where I'm at now.
It's like
but I didn't let it slow me down though. Like I never slept for 3 days, or I never I just kept going.
Dude,
I forced myself.
Russ, honest, in 3 days I got up twice to use the bathroom, and I needed help to get there. I was crawling to the toilet, dude. I got help to get into the bathroom. But yeah, I mean, it was bad. So I don't know. I guess like you said, it affects everybody differently, and everybody made up differently. I mean, I'm not one that gets sick very often, usually because I beat the shit out of my body and my liver, so that there's no room for anybody else. I mean, there's so many toxins in there. It's just like, hey,
Everything else
buddy,
dies of loneliness.
yeah, the bus is full. Wait for the next one. But yeah, just yeah, I'm starting to feel better. I started a new job yesterday. This
Oh,
job I
right
was
on.
telling you about, the concrete job. I finally got
Yeah.
it. Dude, I'm happy, man. Every day, I do the same thing every day. We go in and do the same thing every day, unless we're doing a special run. We work 8 hours straight. We don't take any breaks. We start at 5. We get out at 1. If we're doing a special pour, if we're starting at 5, we have to, because we have to set up different molds, so it takes a little bit longer. So we
Sure.
usually get an extra hour out of it. But tomorrow is a 5 a.m. day, so I'm just gonna pop in and out of here quick. I thank you so much for all you guys that are asking about me, man. Love all you guys. Like I said, even you, Patrick and Mr. Lee, you're still a pussy. Come on this show. But I
All right,
love all you
brother.
guys. Russ, once I get used to my new schedule and shit, I'll set up a night. Like if we're gonna have a Friday off or something, because I know like there's certain times of the year where we get Fridays off here. I'll get drunk because I can come on here with an eye patch on and be yarring everybody to death. But now I got to go. See ya, scallywags. Yar.
Take care, brother. Feel better. Well, Paulie, thank you for coming on, man. Sorry, this thing is shaking. Let me try to back it up. I think I'll be good there. Yeah, feel better, man. That sucks that you you fucked up your phone too. Yeah, I was charging it outside on the table, and I grabbed the phone, but I didn't have a tight grip on it, and I forgot it was attached to the charger. So when I turned, it pulled it right out of my hand and face down, flat, perfectly on the brick. I didn't even want to look, but yeah, it was shot. No, I didn't have insurance on it. Um, now I have to wait. Kind of sucks because I have my old phone and it works, but it doesn't work. It's a Boost mobile phone, and I can't, because it's on a Sprint network. I can't unlock it. They won't unlock it. So I have to get a new phone, but I have to wait until I have money for a phone. So I'm just using my old one for the internet because it's easier than carrying around my laptop. Johnny Half, how are you? I know I missed some people. I apologize for that. I will scroll back and find you. Scotty Waddles, what's up, man? Tara Tuber, Chrissy, how are you? Amy Speaks, how are you doing? I know there was somebody else in here. I gotta sit up straight. That's my problem. I get this pain right back here. Some slouching. And the way I'm holding my arm up, trying to type. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep posting the link in chat. Anybody wants to use it, you know how. Anybody like Mr. Lee? No, it's fucked up. Begging doesn't work either. I haven't tried it, but I know it won't work. Wait a minute. Sorry, I have to connect the dots here. Central Florida Bigfoot, what's up, buddy? How's it going, Matt? I was watching some of your kayaking show the other day. Yeah, I know which one. Kaiju Ninja, what's up? So now, what I was thinking of is Kaiju Ninja. Who is that? Is that Tristan? I'm just trying to connect the dots. Yeah, man, it looks like you had fun out there, Matt, kayaking. Um, I don't have waterways like that. I mean, there's the river in town, but it's not good during the summer. It gets really low. You know how you guys were bumping logs? Um, the last time I went kayaking one of these rivers, and it was my own fault because I had a blow up kayak that wasn't completely blown up. So my ass was. Oh, I was just gonna click on whatever. Amy, I was just gonna click on you and bring you on, but I was babbling. Yeah, it wasn't too blown up, so my ass was sticking further in the water than it should have. So I hit every rock, every friggin' stick, yeah. That was my last kayaking experience. A 15-minute drive, literally. I don't even know if it was 15 minutes from drop off to pick up on the road. 6 hours, 7 hours kayaking. There were so many. That's how windy it was. What's up, Amy?
Hey, not much. Thanks for asking how I'm doing. I'm trying to I got that camping trip that I've planned to go to the Uhari National Forest. Remember we were talking about that
Sure.
with what was his name? Howling? Yeah. And
Charlie, yeah.
but then all kinds of stuff has happened to me. My I don't know how, I think picking up my grandson when he fell, like I twisted the wrong way
You're back.
going up the stairs or something, and I have a really bad back, and from my spinal thing I told you all about. But I some of my discs started bulging, and you could feel them in there. It felt like a knot, like. So I've been having some problems, and it got it messed up my hips because how when your nerves get cut off. So I've just been I'm not going to go into the details, but when that happens, you have
Try
a
not to
hard
fall
time going
apart.
to the bathroom, you have a hard time
Sure.
walking, you have a hard time, you can't walk hardly, you can't like do things that you normally, trying to get your clothes on is painful. The pain, it's just my whole right side, like from my lumbar, my hip down to my right knee down. It's just been crazy. So I feel like I'm 100 years old, but I started eating healthy. I started I completely cut out anything processed
Good move.
the past 3 days.
Yeah, well,
I
keep it up.
started eating everything healthy. I'm starting to feel better, and I'm hoping by doing that I'll get enough natural minerals and vitamins and potassium and from the and all that. I quit drinking, so I haven't had any sodas. I quit eating any processed snacks. I haven't had any chocolate. It's
When you drink soda?
all fresh fruit.
Did you drink diet soda?
No, I drink just like Dr.
Coke.
Pepper and
Okay.
Coke. Yeah. But
BF
so
Bud, what's happening?
hopefully I'll be good enough to go on my camping trip.
Well, take it easy. Yeah, like Lockbeard will say, eat a whole cow, you'll be fine. He's on that carnivore diet, and I'll tell you, eat a salad with it.
Well, I'm mostly vegan right now. I did have a piece of chicken, but
There's nothing wrong
mostly
with
I went vegan. Yeah, I went
For
pretty
what
much
reason?
almost 90% vegan right now.
Okay.
But it's because from what
What's
I
the other
was
10%?
talking
Bacon?
about, say that again.
So what's the other 10%? Bacon?
No, the other
I would be my
10%,
10%.
what The other 10% would be chewing bubble gum. I, hey, you gotta have something that's processed. And I did. I can't lie. I bought me some, like, it's like that Hubba Bubba stuff. It's mm,
Oh yeah.
just to curve my sweet craving.
Was it Hubba Bubba or what? No, or was it Bubble Yum? Hubba
I'm
Bubba
trying
was
to
a good one.
remember if it's Hubba Bubba or Yubba something. It's got
No,
regular sugar.
yeah, Hubba Bubba was a good gum for when I was a kid anyway for blowing bubbles.
Yeah. Because, see, Howling, whenever I had talked to him, he was talking about, um, he had mentioned to me that the Uwari National Forest has a lot of Bigfoot, cryptic Bigfoot activity that he's heard of in the area, and he
Hmm.
said he's not that far away from here. So I'm hoping that I can. It's only a 2-hour drive from where I'm at, so it's
Oh,
not
that's
that
not bad.
far. And it's just something interesting and I'll get to do, and I hope that I'll have some encounters, even if it's just the paranormal.
Well, sure. You just open minded and pay attention. Barry, how's it going, man? Haven't seen you in forever. How's things up in the Great North? Barry's way the fuck up there, Hudson Bay area. Nona Boss, how are you? Good to see you. Wow, we have 57 watching already. Wow. It's warming up, he says.
I'm
Good,
hoping
Barry.
to I'm hoping to get some good video and sound bites or something if I get to go there.
Do you have an audio recorder?
No, just it's everything's from my phone.
Okay.
I have no kind of t- upscale technology for anything. So
I
is Jay still there?
have an audio recorder. I just don't know where it is right now. Like I have no clue. Could be in Florida for all I know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to rack my head going, I haven't seen it in so long. Stevie, have you seen? No, you would have told me.
There's
I
Howling. Hey, Howling. Is he
have a
there?
feeling I might have
Oh,
rented out.
hey, Howling Underdog. I just got done talking about you, Howling,
What's up, Charlie?
about me wanting to go on my trip to the Uwari National Forest Fest tonight. Oh,
And that's in North Carolina?
yes.
Okay.
It's spelled UWHARRIE, I believe. Yeah, Uwari or Uhari. Ooh, however you say it, but that's how it's spelled.
I've seen it spelled, and I didn't take it. I didn't attempt to pronounce it. Yeah, where in North Carolina is that? Is it up in the mountains or?
It's it's like a mountain range, like the beginning of the
Appalachian
beginning of the
Trail?
Smoky Mountains.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the Smoky Mountains, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
Hey, don't
North
mark
Carolina is a
don't
pretty place.
don't mark my words. I could be right. It could be part of the Appalachian. Heck, hey,
I
I don't know.
can't
I
say.
don't
I
know.
know the west side of the state is the mountains, and the east side is the ocean, and you got a lot of shit in between.
Oh yeah. Oh, I found out too because we were gonna go last Saturday. Yeah. They have like this safari a zoo here, and it's like they got elephant. I mean, everything you can think of. It looks
Oh,
like
right on.
you're in Africa. I mean, it is beautiful. and it has like, and we were gonna go there, but it was a bad day that it rained and poured and rained that last week, but and then this happened to me, and I can't hardly, I'm trying to get myself.
We have one of those here too. It's about 6 miles behind me in a
Oh,
straight
cool.
line. Yeah. And they have tigers and lions
You
and
should go
bears.
check it out.
I've been there. We were going to go when my sister was here, but damn, it was expensive, so we didn't. We went and toured around, and I took them out.
Yeah,
For
some of those places, yeah. We're lucky. This place is only $15 per person.
Yeah, no, this is probably twice that. Leslie, how are you? Cryptids Canada, excuse me. Great to see you. Hey, Bat Mom. Guys, if you have not checked out Cryptids Canada, please do go and subscribe. If you like listening to well-told spooky stories, supposedly true, hopefully true stories, go check out Cryptids Canada. Leslie does an amazing job. All right, I'm getting some bad feedback from somewhere. It's weird. Hold on. Oh, suddenly went away.
It's so weird.
I'm sorry. I had to meet you for a second to find out if that's where the
fine.
noise was coming from. Hey,
Is it
Sharon.
coming from me?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's weird because I got my volume down and everything.
No, now it's not doing it. You might have turned it. It sounded mechanical, like. Oh, it's still there. I will post the link. Thank you for saying please.
Well, maybe if I do it. Do you hear it now?
No, I think it was weird, but it wasn't like an echo. It was just like just a weird sound. It's still there.
Huh. Let me go out and try to come back in. Hold on.
I think it's equipment, but Mopar, how's it going, man? Welcome. Damn, that hurts. You guys got the link, right? Jelly Dan, what's happening? All right. Did I? I thought I posted the link. Timmy boy, what's going on, man? Let me do that again. There it is. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard that feedback or whatever that was. It was kind of annoying to me, but that's me. You guys are like, what noise? That was a noise. I just kicked the heater in flip flops. Yeah, today was a nice day. We finally hit almost 80 degrees today. I was just happy we got into the 70s. So it was a shorts and t-shirt kind of day. I think it's the first day I've worn shorts since I've been. Second day I've worn shorts since I've been back. Leslie, no, it is not working. I have my old one, and I'm just using it for internet because I can't have it unlocked. So, I got to wait until I make some money to have a phone. I found one. I saw it on Amazon. It was similar to my other phone, same brand, but tougher. It's got a really good case on it. That's like, they call it the Armor division or Armor line. So that's what I need. Something that I can't break. Because I drop my phone a lot. Not as much as Stevie, though. Holy shit. Although now that she's not in a wheelchair, she won't drop it as much. Yeah, no, she'll drop it. she'll knock it off the bed. I've never seen anybody drop a phone so much. Thanks for asking, Leslie. So yeah, that's why I just use Messenger. Nobody calls me anyway. What did Steve say? Shut up. I'm sorry, Stevie, but I think it's funny. Mogs is sitting in his Speedos. Don't lie. Mr. Lee. No, I don't own Speedos. I do boxer briefs, but not tighty whities. Brandy's like, I have backup phone cases. Always cracking a case. Actually, the design on these cases for this phone is pretty cool because the corners are they kind of stick out further. So if it lands on a corner, it absorbs the shock, the rubber. Excuse me a second. That was weird. I heard a truck start or a vehicle start. I didn't realize it was my neighbor's. It sounded like right in my driveway. And the only thing in my driveway is the truck that I put there. My dad's truck that I borrowed. I got to do brakes on his ATV, his Polaris. But that's going to have to wait too. Brandy says they make metal phone cases. I think I've seen those. But yeah, mine, I just need something like that you can chuck across the yard, or it's not going to break. Shit, I remember long ago, 10 years ago. Yeah, about that. I don't know if they made the phones differently, because twice I threw this phone. The second time I threw it, it went straight through, so it left a mail slot, a piece of wood. It was like a Luan. I don't even think it was that. It was the front of a cabinet, a base cabinet, and it went right through it. Didn't do anything to the phone. I broke a window with that phone. Didn't break the phone. I guess they just make them cheaper now. Keep posting the link. Mike Moore, how's it going? Yeah, that's what's on this one. This has an OtterBox, but again, I can't use the phone. I can't get service on it because it sucks because I have Mint Mobile and I'm paid up until May. So I have service. I'm just not able to use it. Oh, well. Pam, how are you? I am Pam. Or you're Pam. Yeah. Oh, let's see. What's going on? I got to catch up on this stuff. Let's see what's going on in chat. FAQ, what's up? All right. Well, I didn't bring it up, Leslie. Jeffrey Nadami needs to shut his fucking mouth. Sorry. Tell it like it is. You know what, Leslie? You did nothing wrong. Jeffrey Nadalny, folks, if you haven't kept up, you don't know anything about it. Jeffrey Nadalny has a hard on for Leslie, saying that, you know, how she did that great Q&A episodes, first with the Bigfoot dog man, I think did the werewolf, you know, and TJ Neely and Hunter were kind enough to take their time and answer these questions the best to their ability, to their knowledge, to their whatever, you know, their opinion. And great job, you know. But Jeffrey Nadalny is claiming that she stole that or stole something, and it's crap. Okay, if his ratings are that bad, he's going to start, you know, drama. No, I stand by my friends, and that's what you guys are, friends. You know, anybody want to come at you, you got to come at me too. And quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. You know, I will stand up for you guys. Don't sweat it. You know what, Leslie, you know, she says, I don't know what's wrong with him. It doesn't matter. I don't understand why he's doing it. I have a good idea, but it's a guess. Like I said, maybe he just needs the drama in his life, and maybe it'll spice up his, you know, crank up his channel a little bit. You know, just do your thing, Leslie. You do an amazing job. And you know what? You know, the guy's consistent. He does his thing. But shit, one time he called me stupid. He would have said I wasn't intelligent because somebody ran into him in a chat somewhere. And, you know, like, who the fuck are you? You don't need to stand up for the truth. Leslie, keep doing it. Well, you do need to stand up and protect your friends and support your friends in their pursuit of the truth, or their telling of the truth. You know, somebody's going to come and attack, of all people, Leslie. Come on. You know, Leslie's been using TJ and Hunter as go-to guys. You know, that's where, you know, she gets her info, and they were ex-military. So, you know, it's similar to what Jeff was doing with Victor. So, you know, I don't know. It's just drama that doesn't need to be there. You know, it makes me question his integrity, and, you know, what's his motive. I mean, the first thing you hear on his show is, you know, money, money, money. You know, keep the show so it can grow and go. But when that's the first thing out of your mouth, it's kind of, eh. So, anyway, enough of my babble. I don't even know what the fuck I just read. I just got it. Just got all the hair out of the hairbrush and tucked it into the toilet paper roll, waiting for the scream later. That's it's not cruel. It's pretty funny. What's happening, Tristan?
What's up, Moggs?
How you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the stream last night.
Oh, no worries, man. It was
Yeah.
It was interesting show. You know, I was like, I don't think I've ever been in Alex's chat. So, you know, it was cool.
Yeah. What'd you think of the audio?
You know what, dude? There wasn't. Remember, I said about it sounded like a gaggle of geese, or it just.
Yeah.
There were some points in that audio where the pitch, you know, it sounded, because this is what I'm comparing it to. I was on the Mogollon Rim, and I was camping out, and I was maybe a mile and a half from the lake, and the lake was downhill. And the one night we were there, these coyotes went off, but it was the weirdest thing I ever heard in my life because it was distorted and it echoed really slow. It was just bizarre. So that's kind of where I was trying to listen to it like I heard that, that distortion. Because in some parts of that audio, there's a choppiness in it, like it's got a rhythm to it, almost like, because if you got a herd of geese, that's why a note could be held that long. Well, it's
Right.
100 geese, all going off at the same time. It was just a guess. I was just trying to figure out, because it was a strange pitch. I heard some low stuff later on, but granted, there were some parts of it where I was like, oh, what the hell is that? What could that be? And then just parts of it sounded like to me to like geese in the distance that were constantly making a racket.
Yep. Especially if
that's
it
why
was coming from a lake, it would probably sound like geese at a lake doing that.
Yeah,
so I can totally understand your perspective.
I mean, I even looked up the patterns of like, are there geese at that lake before I even asked the question? I was like, okay, let me look this up. Could it have been geese? I didn't want to just throw it out there like, duh. But yeah, there are geese up there, or they travel through there, whatever.
Yeah, most likely Canadian geese. We get a lot of Canadian geese up here in Washington, so it's probably what the types of geese we get up in there.
But yeah, that's 16 minutes is a long time for audio, man. That was
yeah. Well, that was like I kept saying, that was an edited version. The full clip is like 30 minutes long. That was just
wow.
What you guys heard was an edited version because my mom and I were talking. My mom and I were talking during the actual audio, and I wanted to cut that out for the podcast. I didn't want people to.
It didn't need that conversation in there.
Yeah, I didn't want that. The thing is, like, her hearing is not the best, so she couldn't hear the sounds as they were going on. So I got a little bit frustrated during that, and I didn't want to keep that in. So I just wanted to focus on the vocals and.
Yeah,
I chopped it up. The audio that you guys heard was pretty chopped up because of that.
Well, I listened both times. I had headphones on, so it was because I tried listening without the headphones. It was like I was like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
Because I tried to show my sister, listen to this, and I held the phone out. She couldn't hear it. I turned it up.
Interesting.
So I used the headphones, and it made the world of difference.
Yeah.
Stevie says, didn't sound like geese to me. No, it was just something that popped into my head when I heard a certain pitch, a certain tone, and it lasted for a while. And it was like, it had a rhythm to it that could have been, that's really why it reminded me of that.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I mean, I've heard geese at lakes before, and I totally get that. There, like I said, there are instances in the audio where it kind of sounds like maybe it would be geese doing that kind of sound, before the pitches go up and down. So I get it. No, I'm not laughing or anything about that. I'm not.
No.
I'm not going to mock you for that because that's a good question. I mean, people are asking was it coyotes? Was it something else? So I'm not going to claim the audio to be anything. So anybody can come up with any.
Where can people go check it out?
Well, I don't have the full audio posted, but if people want to listen to the audio from last night, I'd say go to Alex's stream from last night.
Replay the show.
Yeah, just replay it because we play it twice on there. Or he does.
Yeah.
He plays it twice. So
that's a good way to go 30 minutes in the show.
Yeah. Well, I was curious if you actually heard audio before, like maybe something like that before. Or I don't know your backstory, so I don't know what you've heard or seen. So I'm just curious because you mentioned you have an audio recorder. I heard you talk about that.
Yeah, I can't find a damn thing. I have a Tascam somewhere.
Oh.
So
I was just curious if you actually heard audio before like that. I don't know. Or
no. Some of it sounded like a howl, but then when it got into that constant noise, that's where I was like, okay, this doesn't. I saw people, they're talking, or they, like convinced that of what it was, and I wasn't. Although there were some instances where I was like, oh, that could have been a howl. I'm trying to
Yeah.
stop my camera from shaking.
Cool.
Um,
I was just curious, and I appreciate you asking the questions last night. That's pretty cool.
No, Stevie said it's in the pop-up, but it's not in the pop-up because I've been all through that thing. Unless it's no, I don't think it's in the pop-up. It might be in. It's probably in my dad's garage.
It's all good. I was just, it's all good.
It's funny. I have the Tascam. I've never used it. I don't know how to use it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's kind of a pain in the ass because you have to press the button twice to record, and sometimes
Somebody
messed
gave it
it up
to
by
me,
doing that.
and it didn't come with instructions. So I was like, "Oh, great, thank you." And
like this guy, does it
yeah,
look like
exactly.
this guy?
Yeah.
But you have to press record twice to record. If you press it once, it goes on standby. Now I've screwed up
Okay.
recordings because of that. So you gotta be
Well,
careful.
that's like here. You have to hit go live twice or end broadcast twice
Oh, okay, yeah.
on StreamYard.
That's
weird.
crazy.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. She must be. Never mind. Hold on. You'll see.
Yeah.
What's up, Pammy?
Well, hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All right.
I
Guys, this is my
decided
sister Pammy.
Hi, Pammy.
Hi, everyone.
You always
Headband.
see her
That's
in chat, but she's never
I'm not good with the headbands or anything, but I decided to be
All
brave today.
I gotta get mine now. Right. Feel left out.
I think with things going on, we all need to laugh. So
Yeah.
it's for
yeah.
us. Tomorrow's gonna be a tough day, so we're gonna laugh
Well,
our way through this.
hopefully it won't be a
I think
tough day.
so.
My dad's having surgery tomorrow, so our dad, I should say, is having surgery tomorrow. So
Well, best of luck to him. I hope everything.
yeah,
goes
it's weird, man. He keeps saying it's a 4-hour surgery, and then his I don't know what you call her, Chrissy, my ex stepmother, is there, and she said it's an hour and a half surgery. I'm like, well, what is it? Somebody make
It all depends on how it actually goes with them having to possibly take fluid out of his lung, inflate his lung.
yeah,
So
okay.
it's all the possibility. It's only 1.5 to 3 to 4 hours.
Oh,
Depends on how everything goes.
maybe something in between there.
Yeah,
1 and 4,
exactly.
maybe.
And with his recovery time of being taken off the vent, stuff like that.
Right on. Now I know. Pammy works in a hospital. She's been in a hospital for 33 years.
Oh wow.
33 years last week.
Wow.
Yep.
Good for you, though, man. That's, you know what? That's good. You have something to look forward to when you leave.
Oh, I love it. I've thought about leaving, but I think I'm going to stay for a while. It's really good. So.
My best Scorpio MC, what's happening? Thank you for that.
Yeah, I hope everything goes well for sure.
It's a new name. I don't recall that.
He's strong. I think he'll do okay. He's really strong. He's a tough one in the family, so he's always been helping,
he
so he'll do
seems to
good.
be doing all right. I just had dinner with him. He's nervous. He's scared. He doesn't.
Yeah, for sure.
As anybody would be.
Yeah, that's understandable.
He went through open heart surgery, so he'll be okay.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I was like,
A year ago, he went through open heart surgery.
I was
so
like,
I think
dude,
now he'll be
you
okay.
got this.
Wow.
He had open heart surgery a year ago. He's like, oh yeah, like he forgot.
Yeah.
And being 80, I mean,
Mm,
he's doing good.
He's got a good support system.
absolutely. That's what it sounds like. Yep.
So yeah, we didn't mean to cut you off, Tristan.
No, it's all good. No, it's totally fine. It's
Let me
fine.
just scroll back. Chessboard, how are you? I don't think I missed anybody.
So I threatened Mr. Lee if I came on, he has to come on too. So now it's his turn's next.
Well, maybe
yeah.
now he'll come on
Good
after
luck with that.
he came on, right? It's an
Let's get
incentive
him
for
on.
him to
You
get
could
on
threaten
now,
to
right?
put a gun in your mouth and pull the trigger. He still wouldn't come
He's
on.
still not gonna. I thought
He's
that about me.
sunflower.
Here I am.
He has to wear a bandana though.
Yeah,
He has to be
exactly.
the one to wear it. Yeah. Not me.
I was looking for mine. I thought it was blue, and it popped out to be red. I'm like, oh, that works out perfect.
Well, I mean, he's got one in his profile pic, so
Exactly.
you expect him to wear
Yeah.
it, right?
But
He's
the
ready.
funny thing is that original pic didn't have a bandana on it.
Oh,
He added the bandana.
because of you?
Yes. and then couldn't remove it. That's
Couldn't
why
do
there's
it.
always a bandana in that
That's
picture.
funny. That's
You know,
funny.
that picture is like when he was 17, 16, something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's not that young anymore. Somewhere I have a picture of him.
None of us are. None of us are.
My eyes, how are you? Thank you. Sending all the best from Vermont. Right on. Another gorgeous state.
Come on, Mr. Lee. Come on. Come on. I'm just joking.
No,
I can't see chat on mine. I don't know
you'll
why.
see Jesus Christ himself come on here before you see Mr. Lee come on. See? JCL, what's happening?
He says no.
Yeah, Pam, if you click on comments there on the right, maybe you'll see it.
Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah. You know where it says private chat? Look to the right of it where it says comments. Click.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, you
I
should
don't
be
know
able to
how the
see
phone one works.
comments.
It says chat, but then when I hit chat, oh, there it is. Wait a second. Yep, there it is.
Right on.
But can you still see me?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay, we're good.
You probably can't see us.
That's okay. I know what you look like.
Well, that must be annoying though. To go from comments back to the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's why I'm on my laptop. Hey, Mogyan, I'm back, baby. No more 4 a.m. morning shift. I can stay up late and interact again. Right on, man. JCL. It's good to hear, man.
Yeah.
So how often do you get out, Tristan? You know,
I'm sorry. Say that again.
How often do you get out and research?
Well, since it's getting spring, I'm going to be heading out a lot more. I at least try to go at least twice a week.
Right on.
It's been raining and cold here in Washington though, so I'm just waiting for the weather to get better. But you know what? When we have sunny days or cloudy days, I try to get out as much as I can. And yeah, we have a research area not too far from where I am, so I try to go up there as much as I can. And we found a cool footprint last time I went out there. So
Right on.
So I guess they're coming back. We get a lot of activity in the springtime. I don't know why, but it seems more active in the spring than other times of the year out here. So I have no idea why, but we get a lot of elks. Maybe they're following the elk around. I'm not sure. It's really
well, you know, it's that whole
springtime, time for love.
Time, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Time to come out.
For sure.
Best time of year.
Pammy, is this true? Dave Stewart says, "Hey, Mogs, what's up? New Jersey still misses you, brother." So is that true? Does New Jersey miss me?
Of course. We'll always miss you. You still have family here. I just can't get you back here.
I've never been. I wish I could check out New Jersey. I've never been over there.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
I feel like I've been stuck here in Washington for too long, though. So,
are you coastal?
Not really. I'm more inland. I'm in the mountains basically, but I haven't been out of state in a long time. I'd like to, but because of things going on, I haven't. So yeah.
Well, I didn't kind of foolishly let that hold me back. Mid-COVID, I've traveled cross country twice.
Good.
Yeah, I traveled a lot too. I'm still going to do a lot of traveling.
Well, you're still sick too.
I'm just getting over COVID. Last night was my first night back to work. 16 days in bed. But the COVID wasn't so bad, but it turned into a sinus infection that's really made me kicked my butt really bad. But once I got the medication, I'm a lot better. Yeah.
Good.
The steroid puff.
I
got the steroid puff.
I was looking at you going, did she get stung by a bee?
No, yeah. I noticed that on the camera. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's the medication.
Plus it's the bandana because it's pushing down. It pushes down. So
maybe, yeah. You just saw me not that long ago. I'm not that. I'm
Like,
not that
whoa.
puffy. I'll cover my face.
Now I know why he wears a bandana. You know.
Why?
Yeah, why?
You know what? Somebody told me be consistent, and that's what I've been doing. I've been consistent. If you get the only time I think I've done one video where I didn't have the bandana on, and that was probably my second or third video when I was just trying to figure out what I was doing in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go all the way back, you'll see a Sedona video that's like, I don't know, a minute long, and then maybe two more videos, and one of them I'm not wearing a bandana. But my hair is in a ponytail too, so
No, it's a cool look. I was
No,
just
that's
curious.
it kind of stuck, dude. It
Yeah.
became my trademark, you know.
There you go. Yeah.
Not that I need a trademark, but if I go like this, the funny part is if I go to say an outing or a conference, if I'm not wearing the bandana, people don't realize it's me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it stands out and everything. I think it's a cool look. So yeah. Right on.
So yeah,
Cool. Cool.
maybe one day I'll give it up, but probably
Oh
not.
man, that's like the thing, right? No, don't give it up. No, it's
No
part of
reason
the-
to do
I
that.
dig
No
it.
reason to
You
do
know,
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I remember people were like, "Oh, fuck that bandana." You know, they were all people would get stupid mad about it. I was like, "What's wrong with you people?"
Bikers wear them all the time. What's the big deal? Everybody wears them.
Yeah.
Stevie says, "Why the fascination, Pammy? Any paranormal or Bigfoot stories?"
No Bigfoot stories. Nope. Russell's the one that's got me into the Bigfoot. I'm a huge skeptic, and he knows it.
That's
I've because of him, I'm a lot less skeptic because of all the stories that I hear people tell. I am a true believer in the way people tell a story, and they're you can tell by their voice and the way they tell a story that it's true. It happened, and I believe people by the way that they tell a story. I've just never had any experiences like that, but I'm a true believer. There's been a lot more pictures and just different things that I'm more curious about. My paranormal experiences, like Russell knows, has been more of our mom, ghostly experiences, just kind of feeling people from the other side, knowing that they're there, things like that.
Getting
Odd things
time.
have happened, people dying and coming to say hi, I'm here before they pass on. It's kind of an odd thing for me.
Mhm.
But we've had a few encounters. Wouldn't know where to start.
Well, no, I mean, some of her encounters. Well, I've had encounters that she hasn't, but the main encounter was she was with me. And you know, the only thing that varies I think in the story is what she rolled when we do a dice game at the end of the
Yeah,
story.
you tell the story better than I do. So yeah, if you're gonna tell the story, you have to tell it better. You have to tell it because that does start
One
it.
person
And then
tells
other
it better
stories
than the
continue
other,
from there.
right?
Yeah, he's a better
No, I mean,
storyteller.
I've told the story, you know, a bunch of times, and it's
Mhm.
about the day my mom died.
Oh,
But I'll fuck it. I'll tell you. I don't care.
Hey, you know that's what I'm here for. I'll just tell other stories come from that. So
Thanksgiving of '92, we found out my mom had cancer, and we had been out to visit her a few times, and then August rolled around of '93, and my sister, who was living with her at the time, they lived in Peoria, Illinois at the time, called us and said, "Hey, mommy's really sick. You got to come out here."
she did luckily get a chance to come out here and stay with us for about 3 weeks. And got to see some family and some stuff before she flew home. When she did fly home, she was pretty weak. But we didn't know at the time how serious it was until Kimmy called.
Yeah, so we went out there to Illinois, and she was in the hospital. We went to see her, and she was not coherent. We said our goodbyes and we talked to her, knowing that she was hearing us. I have to believe that. So, we said, Mom, it's okay. It's time to go home. We'll be fine. We're good, but go home. And thanked her and everything we could say to her. Then we left. And I think, was it the next night?
I stayed with her until that
next
night
night.
because I worked night shift at the time. So I stayed with her through the night. I remember getting up to go to the bathroom at like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning to get coffee. And I bent down to tell her, Mom, I'm going to get coffee. I'll be right back.
Mm.
And I went down the hallway, came back, and before I even got to the door, I knew she was gone. And I just stood there, caught my breath, and walked in the room, said my goodbyes. And the hardest part, I was pretty accepting of it until I had to say it out loud to the nurses for the first time. And then we had Russell and Kimmy came and all that. And then that night,
she called us and from the hospital and told us that our mom passed. And I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Because she was suffering and she wasn't suffering anymore. She went home. And
it was very peaceful.
See, and this was in Illinois. And if you've ever lived in the Midwest and it happens a lot, I'm sure all over the nation, but if you're a member of a church and someone passes in your family, people show up with food.
Oh no, not that.
and they have a thing for Miracle Whip out there. I like that.
Oh no.
So that night I said, you know what, Pammy, let's get out of here. Let's get away from this and go and get, we'll go out and have some dinner. So growing up, we grew up on the Jersey Shore, and we were always into thunder and lightning storms because whenever we had a storm, the power would go out. So we loved when it went out at night because we'd light candles, sit around, play Monopoly or whatever, Yahtzee, or just games. And we dug that. We were kids. So now we decided we're going to go out to dinner, and we start heading out, and as soon as we start driving, we notice this storm coming in. And it I've seen lightning before, but nothing like this. It was strobe lightning, nonstop lightning. It was just holy shit. And we looked at each other and said, "This is Mommy." And we agreed, this is her saying hi.
Yeah, God's letting her play with the buttons.
Yeah. So we went, had dinner. After dinner, I was like, you know what? Let's go grab a drink. And there's this bar down the street I knew of. So storm's still going on. We drive to this bar. And we go in, we sit at the bar. Now, at some places, I've seen it in other parts of the country. It's like a quarter. You can pay a quarter and you get a cup with dice. Like Yahtzee, if you ever played Yahtzee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you can, it's called Shake a Day or whatever it is, but you give the quarter, you roll the dice. You can win money, 6-pack, soda, or whatever, drink, or nothing, So we're sitting there, we already had our drinks and jukebox is playing, and I said, I gave the quarter and I rolled, and first roll I won a 6-pack.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, woohoo, right on. I slid the dice over to Pammy, and she gives her quarter and she rolls, and she gets a free roll. She rolls again, and she got a free roll.
Another free roll.
Whoa.
She rolls again, she wins a 6-pack. So I look up at the bartender. I'm like, how often does that happen? Because the bartender's got this funny look on her face, kind of shaking her head going, it doesn't.
Right.
I was like, huh. I turned to Pammy. I said, Pammy, listen to the song on the jukebox. It's AC/DC, Have a Drink on Me. We said, thanks, Mom.
Wow, that's awesome. That's an awesome story there.
I remember when, just before that happened, well, on the way there, when we were having dinner, we decided to go downstairs having to play pool.
Oh, yes, the pool.
And we were playing pool after dinner because we were like, I'm not ready to go home yet. Let's still kind of celebrate because we were at peace, you know. It was all an okay thing.
Mhm.
And we went downstairs to play pool, and as we were playing a game of pool, as the lights went out, and we went outside to the back door of the basement, and we're looking up at the sky like, oh my god, I can't believe this happening. And then I think you took me to another bar, and that's where we played the dice game.
Mm.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah,
oh
I
yeah,
forgot
there's
we
someplace
played
I still
pool
want
in
to
the
take
light.
you. And that was really spectacular because it was her way of saying, you know what, everything's going to be okay. And the morning that she died, when I was with her, there was a most amazing, beautiful sunrise outside her hospital room window, which was really, really nice. So it just kind of added to, you know, she was a piece.
Yeah.
And she's very good at letting us know that she's still around. She sends little signals, little things happen that lets us know that she's still around.
Well,
Go ahead.
2010, I came out here to Arizona, and I had been hanging out at this sports bar. And one day I go in because they had it was the middle of the day. They had this, they had an old computer with karaoke on it. And I was considering maybe, you know, getting it. I wanted to see what it had on it, if it was if it was feasible to get it up and running again. So I pull out this computer, you know, I walk in the bar, I pull out this computer, and it's a big place. There's music on. I'm like, it's like dance music, whatever the fuck it is. And I messed around with the computer for a little bit, and the music's getting on my nerves. So I just was like, I asked the bartender, hey, you mind if I go and change this station? There was no one there. It was me, the bartender, and the cook. That was it. So they're like, yeah, no problem. So I go in, satellite radio. I dicked around with it. I found a country station. I walked away. I was happy. So I'm playing with this computer, and I think that the computer system and the satellite radio, I think they went into the same amplifier. Because what I think was happening, I think the amplifier was overheating, because all of a sudden the music would be fine and then it would just cut out. It would get really low and you could barely hear it. And then it would come back on. It's like, oh, okay. So that was my guess as why it was doing it. So
My battery's gonna die.
I go over and I start talking to the bartender, and we're talking about tattoos. And I mentioned that I have a lightning bolt tattoo down on my leg, and it's in honor of my mom. And I proceed to tell him the story that I just told you that ends with, you know, have a drink on me.
Right.
And he's like, oh, dude, I got goosebumps and shit. And he's like, well, listen, I got to run out. He left the bar. Now it's just me and the bartender. So I go outside to have a cigarette. Now the date is June 27th. June 27th was my parents' wedding day. Even though they were divorced, you know, that was their wedding day. It was their anniversary. And whenever I talk to my mom, I talk out loud. So I go out, I tell this kid the story. I go out to have a cigarette, and I put it out there. I said, Mom, happy anniversary. You know, love you, miss you, you know, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden I get this really weird feeling of doubt. And now at this point, I'm about to walk back in. And before I opened the door, I said, I hope everything I've been believing in all these years isn't bullshit. I open the door, I go inside, I grab my empty pint glass that's sitting by the computer. I walk to the bar. The bartender says, would you like another one? I said, sure. And I took the glass and I put it on the bar. The second that hit the bar, as soon as that hit the bar, all of a sudden the music, which I wasn't paying attention to, got really loud. And behind the bar, on a glass shelf, was 2 Patron bottles. and Patron bottles have corks in them.
Right.
Well, one of those corks took off
Oh my
and hit the
gosh.
ceiling at the same instant that glass hit the bar. So it was glass, music, cork flew. The bartender turned pale, dude, and was like, "What the hell's going on?" I couldn't help it. I knew it was going on. I just started laughing.
Yeah.
And I had to explain to her everything, but I said, "Listen to the song on the jukebox, on the thing." And she didn't know what it meant. I explained later, but the song was called "So Do You Believe Me Now?" Yeah, I do.
Wow.
And this was 17 years later,
Oh,
from the day she died, and it was on her anniversary.
was it on the anniversary?
No, it was on her wedding anniversary. It just happened to be that day.
Oh,
So yeah, it was
wow.
pretty cool.
I wouldn't say that's a
There were witnesses.
coincidence.
There were witnesses.
Yeah.
Shit like that doesn't happen. The music doesn't get loud, and corks don't just pop out of the bottles at random.
No. Oh. Sounds like she was there.
Russell and Kimmy, they all have tattoos, and we agreed to have lightning bolt tattoos put on our ankles. I don't have my lightning bolt tattoo yet, but I was working with a coworker, and her husband is a jeweler. So I told her the story about my mom's passing and the night that she passed and how much the lightning meant to her. And one night she was in the ER and she was sick, and she called me and she goes, "Give me a sketch real quick of the lightning bolt you want before I leave." And I'm like, okay. She gave it to her husband, told him the story of why I wanted the lightning bolt and why it meant so much to me. The whole story of my mom's passing, the lightning bolt, lightning on her the night she passed. And he made me, I don't have it on me, but he made me this gorgeous gold lightning bolt and diamonds on the inside.
Wow.
When he brought it home to his wife and handed it to her, it started thundering and lightning. And he started crying. And he goes, "I'm a true believer." Because it meant so much to him that he was just,
I
it's
just
just a
got
typical
goosebumps because I never
story.
heard that.
Wow, that's crazy.
And the jeweler started crying. He's like, "I'm a true believer. I can't believe that happened to me." So I just, that the necklace means that much more to me, that she,
Wow.
hey, I'm here.
Absolutely.
And it was her way of saying thank you for making that necklace for me and for all of us, because she knows what it means to us.
Yeah. Wow.
And there's been other, I've had other occurrences that weren't my mom, and they were, I don't know what some of them were. And the Englewood house up on the hill, not the midget house where I lived, your friend's house.
Oh,
The haunted
really?
house. Yeah, I had experiences in there.
I didn't have any experiences. Well, only with the experience that the family came with us when we left with that the blessing.
No, that was
You had experiences.
there was a I tell the story. I don't give names or locations or anything, but yeah, I stayed in a house where the former owners were killed in the house, and I slept in their bed. I used their bedroom, and it was for the bathroom is why I took it. But
I never stayed. I don't.
I was downstairs, and I call it the library, but it's between the kitchen and the living room. There's a room there, watching TV, and I get this weird, just a weird feeling. Something draws me to the living room. I'm standing in the living room door. There was nothing in there, but I got this feeling that I got scared, but I got so scared, it was that primal fear, but it was so bad that it went from scared straight past scared right to pissed off.
Oh.
That's how scared I was that it pissed me off.
Yeah.
And I started yelling at nothing in that room, going, "Come on, motherfucker, come on," thinking there's something in there. So there was a spirit, there was something in there that wasn't good. It passed, but
I'm surprised because I can't imagine who it would have been at that
I don't
moment,
know.
or they just didn't know you enough, because that was odd at that moment of who it was.
I don't know.
Do you know the history of that? You said people
Yeah, I was
killed
gonna.
in there, or
Yeah, I don't know about who had the house before them.
oh, okay.
I don't know that they built the house. That was an older house.
No, they bought the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know the history before that.
Okay.
Another time I was laying in the bed, and the owner of the house, now the daughter and her husband, came up, and they brought their dog, and they were staying on the other end of the house. And I'm laying in bed, I'm sleeping, but the dog comes in, and I hear the dog, and it wakes me up. So I yelled at the dog. I said, "Knock it off." And I said the dog's name, and my eyes were open. And the dog was on my right, and the door for the bathroom, there were two doors across each side of the room on the same wall. Yeah. When I said, "Tristy, knock it off," out of the bathroom came this flash of blue light, like arc blue, like if you cross two wires, like you short them out.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I get this flash, and then out of the bathroom comes an orb, a blue orb.
Whoa.
It comes out of the bathroom, goes in front of the bed, a little more, and then just fades out. I rolled over and went back to sleep.
Wow.
Having the experiences I've had with my mom, and I had been into a lot of, at that time, I was reading a lot on James Van Praagh, is a medium.
Right.
Yeah. John Edwards. Some people think he's an asshole. Whatever. I was reading a lot about that stuff, and so it didn't faze me. I tell them about it the next day. I'm like, "Hey, I had a weird experience," and the husband goes, "That's weird because she had a dream about her dad last night." I was like, "Oh." Think the first experience I think I've ever had was Pammy and I and my dad. She was 11. I was 13. We were hiking. We were camping up on the Delaware River, and we were gonna. It was her and I, my dad, my other sister Kim, and her boyfriend at the time. We decided we're gonna go hiking, and we go up this mountain, and coming down, like, we're gonna go up to the stream. It's this lake that's on top of the mountain. Coming down the mountain is a stream along the trail. So, we're about halfway up the mountain. I say mountain, it's more of a hill. And in the stream, there's this big rock, but it's like long, and the water's cascading over it, but it's on, like, say, a 45-degree angle.
Oh, kind of like a waterfall or something?
Sort of.
Okay.
But it just slid down the rock. But like I said, the rock was on like a 45-degree angle and maybe 20 feet long.
Okay.
So it was smooth and the water went down. I'm a kid. I'm 13. I looked at it and saw a water slide. So I was going to go halfway up.
Every time Daddy tells you not to do something, you do it anyway.
He didn't say don't do it. He didn't know I was going to do it.
It's a slip and slide.
He knew you were going to do it.
Well, I'm going to mute her.
You can tell your story now. Yeah.
It's my story, damn it. Shut up. All right. So I was only going to go halfway up this rock, figure 10 feet. Didn't look that bad. And then I looked and I was like, screw it. I went up to the top of this rock. And I sat on it and scooched over to the middle and pushed off. And there I went. Zoom! Man, I bounced and flew, and it was more falling than it was sliding.
Oh man!
But when I landed, I landed in the squatted position. There was a little pool of water at the end of this, and then there was an overflow. Well, I landed in a spotted in like a squatted position, like I was sitting on my heels.
Yeah.
And well, that's where my body landed, but my spirit kept going. I call it like going through the windshield on a car. My body being the car stopped. Spirit kept going. I tumbled out of myself and found myself 10 feet, 15 feet, whatever it was, away from myself. I was on my hands and knees looking at myself in a squatting position.
Wow. Wow.
And it was only for 2 seconds. And the next thing I know, I'm back in myself, but I look up and everything's in slow motion. My dad's running towards me.
Huh.
He's in slow motion, because he throws the camera he was carrying, and I watched it fly away in slow motion. And then all of a sudden, it all comes back to you at once, real time. And it was like, oh shit! And then it's like, oh, you fucked up. My leg was bleeding. I had broken bone. I shake it off. Get up. My dad wants to carry me out of the woods. I'm like, no. We're in like a mile. We're in like a mile. I walked out of the woods.
Oh my gosh.
Got to the bottom. There was a picnic table. I laid on that, and Pammy stayed with me. My dad went and got the park ranger, ambulance, blah blah. We go to a Pennsylvania hospital. They think I both broke both legs, my arm, and my back.
And your neck or something. It was crazy.
It was like my back. It was whatever. My dad had this old pickup truck with a cap on it. It was a 77 Ford. He had built in this bunk that you could it would push all the way up, or you could slide it all the way out to the end by the tailgate. So that's what they did, is they slid it out. He's going to transport me to Jersey Hospital. I'm all like bandaged up and casted or air casted. They didn't do any cast. And he transports me to Englewood, New Jersey. Well, we hit the worst rain ever on the way back. Anyway, get to the hospital. They go do all their tests and shit, x-rays. Only thing I broke was my ankle.
Really?
That was it.
Whoa.
This whole trip, he's in like full body contraction.
He thought his whole body was broken. Yeah.
Yeah, then it turned out it's just my ankle.
Wow.
But what I was getting at is for that 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
out
of my body.
Yeah. That's crazy. And you were able to walk with that broken ankle?
Yeah, I hurt like a mother. I was 13.
Yeah. Wow.
What 13-year-old boy wants his father to carry him?
Well, still, I never broken a bone, so I don't know what it's like. But the thought of walking on something that's broken, I can't imagine what that would feel like.
It sucked.
Yeah.
I think I just muted her again.
But you asked for projected. Like, I've never heard anybody ask for projected like that before. You always think of somebody, happening somebody, sleeping or in bed or something like that. But
it was an outer body experience. But then I started questioning, okay, you have outer body experiences, but you also have near-death experiences.
Yeah.
Now, given the nature of the situation, I was in danger. I was in, it was a traumatic experience.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I wonder if my soul was like, I'm getting off this ride. And just before I hit, bailed. I don't know,
Yeah. Yeah, what would happen if it stayed? That's what I'm wondering. What if it stayed in you during that? Like,
I don't know.
Would the outcome be different, I guess? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was weird because, like I said, for 2 seconds, I was on my hands and knees, facing myself, looking at myself in the squatted position. And, those are my weird, experiences. I've had others. Pammy sees a lot. She puts a little more stock in every lightning storm.
Well, I think they mean something more now, right? Like every lightning storm that you experience and see.
But it's good because it keeps us keeps her on her mind,
Mm-hmm. Right.
And not that she would ever go away, but you know what I mean. It's just I've learned to acknowledge or pay attention to little mundane things that people wouldn't even realize. but there's
Right.
meaning to it. And
Kim and I've had lightning on my sister. Kim and I would be sitting on my front porch on a bright sunny day, not a cloud in the sky, and be sitting there and a streak of lightning would go across the sky in front of us.
Wow.
And it was just like, what just happened? You know, and
Yeah.
you can't help but like believe those things.
Hmm.
what happened on your 30th?
I was just about to say, she was there for that. You weren't here for that, were you?
I don't think so.
No, it was my 30th birthday. I had a group of my friends, my closest family, my two best friends, and my friend's mom and brother and stuff, and we were hanging out. My friend's husband, and it was my 30th birthday. It was a beautiful sunny day, and we were hanging outside, and it was dinner time. So we're like, all right, it's time to go inside and have dinner. So we sat down to have dinner, and it was time to do a toast. Granted, we had just come in 5 minutes ago from outside, clear day. And the minute we toasted and our champagne glasses clinked, there was this loudest clap of thunder that shook the house. And it just, it was like, oh my God, I can't believe this has happened. It was like my mom saying, can't say happy birthday without me. And
Well, that sounds kind of familiar to what Mox
I just
was just
walked
talking
out
about the
the house.
bar.
I ran outside
Yeah.
crying. My sister followed me outside. It was just so emotional. While we were outside, my best friends proceeded to kind of fill everybody in on what that meant to me, who didn't know the story. And when I came in, everybody at the table was like all teared up and crying because some of them never heard the story before and knew how much that meant to me, that my mom was there to say happy birthday.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
At that exact moment.
Yeah. Wow.
So, but these things happen, and it's weird to happen with witnesses.
Yeah,
Yes.
when you have people there to see it, right? Not
Yeah.
just you telling a story. You got witnesses.
Yeah, and then I mean, we might have to explain it a little, but like the
Right.
bartender, we had to say, "Listen, dude, yeah, my mom died this morning. This is from her." You know, when we won the 6-packs, you know,
Right.
because they're like, "Dude, that doesn't happen."
How did that just?
Wow. Yeah, it sounds like your mom's are with you all the time, and she gives you signals when appropriate. So,
Again, yeah, when appropriate.
Right,
Because
when appropriate.
it was when I was doubting myself and everything I believed in that she was like, "Oh, bullshit. You know, you're gonna believe this." And
Mhm.
you know, made the music go up and the cork fly, and then it's weird because I had a gentleman come to me, and it was actually a friend of a friend of a friend's father. You know who Carrie Arnold is, right? You know, Bigfoot
Do I know
Odyssey,
what?
Carrie Arnold.
Gary Arnold? Yeah,
His ex-boss,
yeah.
his father came to me and did a show. And part of the show was his brother died. When his brother died, he put him in 2 Patron bottles, his ashes. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And I had to tell him the story, and he's shaking his head like, I can't believe that. You know, it was just those little things that get
Right.
thrown at you, and you know,
Yeah. Right.
so yeah, we're open to the paranormal, and you know, we don't go out and search for it.
Right.
I don't want to search for ghosts. I know they exist. I don't have to, you know, like, I know there's something else. There's something beyond us. There's a life after life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That
Well, it sounds like
fear-
you don't have to search for anything. Like it can happen to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the house.
when
you
it's
just- yeah,
supposed to,
yeah.
you know.
You don't have to really go searching for anything. You just kind of.
But I've
to
had, personally, I'm not an empath, but there's
Mhm.
something going on. You know, with telepathy, for instance, there's senders and receivers. I'm a receiver. So I can pick up people's thoughts, not knowing it's their thoughts.
Right.
But how it usually happens is I'm with somebody, could be you. We could be sitting here, and all of a sudden the thought of I have to take the garbage out pops into my head. And then you turn around and say, oh, I got to take the garbage out. It used to be I'd go, why the fuck did you just say that? I just thought of that. Then I realized later on in life, I'm hearing thoughts.
Right.
You know, not all the time. It's no invasion of privacy. It's just something that pops into my head. And then usually somebody's going to say it soon. And they do. So I don't freak out. I just laugh, shake my head and walk away. Of course, you know.
Yeah. Like you
So
don't
there's
want to tell
something
them
going
that.
on.
You don't want to tell them that. You just want to keep that to yourself, right?
I do now.
Yeah.
But in the beginning it was like, why did you say that? I was just thinking
Yeah.
that,
Right.
not
Russell
knowing
seems
what
to
was
have-
going on.
You seem to have the empath with people's feelings, like thoughts and stuff, and I have it with their feelings.
Yeah, I don't do
You know,
the feeling.
you Yeah, I get the feelings and you get the thoughts. And Kimmy can see more than we can. Shadows, different things. She sees more. I don't want to see it. I'd rather feel it. I don't mind when
Yeah.
people come to me and let me know they need help, and I'll talk them through it. But
I don't
I'm
want
not-
shit tapping me on the
I don't wanna
shoulder.
see it.
Yeah. Right. Well,
So, and now since I do know that stuff exists, to what extent, I don't know demons. I don't know all that bullshit. I don't know. I'm not saying it's not true. I just
Yeah.
don't follow into that. I don't look into that. I've had these experiences. I believe, they are what they are as far
Right.
as I'm concerned, what I believe they are, in my opinion. Pammy believes that too. We don't get too into it, but I know there is something after
more.
this. So I don't go looking for it. I already know it. Bigfoot, on the other hand, I stumbled across this like 4 years ago now. Shit. When I first found Sasquatch Chronicles, I was like, what the hell is this? Listen to the first one. I'm like, what? Second one, oh, come on. Third one, really? Fourth one, huh. It's like, huh.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Fifth one, you're like, wait a minute, that sounds like what happened in the first one. And then, no, like you learn as you pay attention,
Yeah.
as you hear all these different stories, you hear these similar details,
Right. Mm-hmm.
characteristics of what the creature did. Then all of a sudden you're hearing, wait, that's 4 stories out of 30 I've heard that, the creature would sway back and forth, or,
Right.
But if you pay attention, you'll really start things add up.
A lot of parallels with encounters.
Yes.
Yes.
So I just was like, okay, there's something to this, because everybody can't be lying.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and I take everything with a grain of salt, and until I see one, and I want to see one. People say, oh, be careful what you wish for. No, fuck that. I want to see one. I don't want to shake its hand. I don't want to hang out with it. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's, if it's, if it's I don't care if it's in the woods,
right,
and I'm in the woods. People, I wanted to do the whole, what the hell? Get the whole goddamn, the fam damly on here. Oh, you got the bandana too.
I was gonna say another bandana.
Sorry, I didn't have red.
It's a family.
Jimmy, turn off your YouTube.
Turn off your YouTube.
Sorry, I didn't have red.
Turn off your YouTube.
I'm
Hold on,
turning
I
it
gotta
off.
mute this.
Off.
You're frozen.
You're frozen.
Did you turn YouTube off?
Did you turn YouTube off?
Yes.
There you
Why is
are.
there an echo?
I just heard a echo.
you are.
Is there an echo?
I just heard a echo.
Not me.
It's off.
I don't. YouTube's not on for me.
No, YouTube has to be completely off. Just
YouTube has to
StreamYard.
be completely off. Just StreamYard.
Yeah,
Everything's
just
off.
close YouTube. And
Close
keep
the YouTube
StreamYard
app.
up.
Close the YouTube app.
All right, let me.
All right, let me.
Did I echo her? I muted. Kim, you're muted
Yeah.
for right now. And this way I can explain this without having the echo. If you're on StreamYard, you have to turn YouTube off. You can only have StreamYard. Shit, you don't have headphones. You might be getting an echo because you don't have headphones.
Oh.
Is anybody in the living room that can come? Anybody in the house that can come grab these? She'll come grab them.
Okay, you're only a couple feet away.
Well, you got to leave the house and come over here, and Danny Staten
Danny,
says,
do you need help getting up?
Did you just see did she film the door opening?
Did you just see that? Like the chat
seen the
just
whole
jumped from like 70
journey
to
here of
89,
getting
90 people.
headphones.
What happened?
Your chat just jumped from like 70 to 90 people, like really fast.
Really?
Yeah, numbers keep going up.
On StreamYard it says 59.
It says 90 on mine in chat. 94 and going up.
Shit, I don't even know. I got to find YouTube on my phone.
Yeah, you're doing well.
No, really, it says 57 here.
Nope, 94 on my phone.
It says 57 here too.
94 on my phone. 95.
It says 57 here too.
Hey, we still got.
Oh, I got to turn down the volume, but I'm on the wrong side of the phone. Man, mine says 56
Now we got people
on YouTube.
typing in numbers. 57,
Wow.
67.
I like your numbers better.
Maybe it's that many people talking at the moment. I
So
don't
what's
know.
up, Kimmy? We try this again. Did I unmute you? Are you still muted? You got the headphones on?
Yep.
All right, let me unmute. How about now? Talk.
Is she muted? I can't tell.
There seems to be a delay, like she's paying attention to YouTube, like she wants to watch herself on YouTube, but you can't. You got to just use StreamYard.
You did mute. You did unmute her, right?
Let me do it again. What the fuck? Okay, you're unmuted.
Okay. Is it working?
There she-
There you go.
Yeah, we're not getting an
Now it's
echo
working?
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It works
Yeah,
good.
it's because of the headphones.
Mhm.
Stop moving your damn camera. I'm
Oh.
gonna get seasick. Shut up, Pam. You
What's
did
on
it
my
too.
lap?
I know.
I'm
I
trying
can't
not to
help.
touch mine.
I have no place
Well,
to
yours
put
is
it.
on your desk. Mine's on my
Byron says
lap.
YouTube is cheating you out of views. Yeah, now it says 60.
Alright, so
That's
maybe it's,
all good.
yeah, maybe it's just how many people are talking. It's
Well,
different.
damn, I got my family here. Welcome to the family, Tristan.
Hey, that's my bandana.
Our brother from another
Where
mother.
is my bandana? Oh,
I'll be nice.
Hey.
I was going to comment on what Kimmy said. Brother from another mother.
Yeah.
No. So what's
So
going on,
Kim-
Kimmy? What do you want to talk about?
yeah. I was wondering if Kimmy had any encounters.
He's got stories.
Oh yeah. My very first one of seeing a ghost was we were living in West Milford, New Jersey, and we lived in an old farmhouse built in like the 1800s, and it was right across from the street from railroad tracks.
Whoa.
And everybody was outside. Russell was there too. He was outside. And you come down the stairs and the door to outside is straight ahead. And right next to the stairs is the entrance to the living room. So I'm walking by, and out of the corner of my eye, I look over, and there's a kid in overalls, black curly hair, looking at my stereo, like bending over, looking at my stereo. And he turns and looks at me and just disappears.
Wow.
And I had to do a double take. I'm like, wait, where is everybody? And, because I was like, wait, did that really just happen?
Yeah, I didn't know anything happened in that house.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really creepy.
That
Could've
was
sworn I
a
told you
cool
that.
house. The area was cool.
Is that the only time you've seen that kid?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's weird.
I don't know who it was. It was.
Hmm.
But he had no shirt on. He just had overalls, bare feet, and black curly hair.
What's the matter, Lockbeard? He's like, just what the fuck is going on here?
Well, then you remember my Shadow Man, right?
Oh, is that the one from Cottonwood?
When I was,
That was
yeah,
right last
I think
year.
I even mentioned that on the show.
yeah. I was sitting out on the porch having a cigarette, and right across the driveway from our apartment was a church and a street light across the street. Well, I hear this guy yelling, and he's walking down the street on the other side of the street, by where the light post is, and I can see his shadow. I can see him, and he's yelling and screaming, and I'm like, "What's this guy doing?"
Hmm.
So he keeps stopping, and he's talking to his shadow, yelling at his shadow. So I just watch him go, and I'm watching him, and I'm watching the shadow. He walks by, and he gets to the end of the corner by another driveway across the street, and he's standing upright, and I watch his shadow bend over, and it looks like it went to pick something up. This guy didn't move from the standing position. His shadow did.
Wow. The shadow on the ground?
No, his shadow bent over like he was going to pick something up.
Wait, was there a fence there?
It was a
Wasn't-
brick
wasn't-
wall.
Oh, it was a
was
brick
a
wall.
wall.
So he was going by a brick wall. The shadow was on the wall.
Yeah, I was
I could
wondering where
see
the
the-
shadow
yeah.
So
was.
she's looking. It's her looking at him and the shadow behind him or next to him, but it's on a
It was
wall.
next to him. Yep. It was by the
Okay.
time he got to the end of the drive, like the end of the wall, the shadow was in front of him from where the light was.
Whoa.
and
bent
that's
over,
when I-
and he did.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Wow. I've never heard anything like that before. I mean, I've heard of shadow people and things, but I've never heard of an actual shadow, like that.
So I figured he was having, he was yelling and screaming at his shadow. He was being possessed or something.
Wow.
Something going on.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
really weird. Huh.
Yeah. And it's a pretty busy area.
Yeah.
It's right on a pretty major street. And I remember you telling me that, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Because I remember mentioning it on the show when
Hmm.
it happened. That was over a year ago.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It
Miss
freaked me
Dill,
out.
how are you?
Hey Tristan, how about you? You have any stories? Anything good about anything other than Sasquatch or Bigfoot or just
Not
like,
really. I don't have any ghost stories, unfortunately. No.
nothing?
Although,
else?
to be honest, I haven't really been in those kind of situations, so
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, pretty much for me, it's like possible. I can't say there are actual Bigfoot encounters, but I've had some weird stuff happen. Possibly Bigfoot wise, but I can't claim them to be. I don't know if you guys want to hear some of them. I can tell them, but
Sure.
again, it's nothing exciting. Like I wouldn't be on Wes's show talking about these. These aren't Sasquatch Chronicles worthy. Back in 2015, I was walking my dog. Probably some people have heard this before, but I'll retell it if you guys haven't heard it. But back in 2015, I was walking my dog up this trail that's near this lake where I've found footprints before, and my dog was a golden retriever, and we were walking up this trail, kind of like a small mountain, and I saw, the first weird thing was there was this branch that went across the trailhead, like right in front of me, and it was pinned down on the other side of the trail. It's kind of like an arch, and the end of it was pinned down on the other side with like a stick. And I thought that was really strange. I've never seen that before. And so I didn't know what made it, but I just thought that was weird. So I kept walking with my dog. And all of a sudden, I saw this possible footprint on the side of the trail going facing the opposite direction. And that really got me excited, and I decided, well, I should follow where this footprint came from. So the trail forked and went downward and upward, and I kept following where the print was coming down the trail. So I went up it. I started going up the trail with my dog, and about 30 yards away, up on this ridge, I heard some movement, and I looked up on this ridge, and in between these trees, I saw this tall, dark figure walking in between these trees, like trees,
Oh,
like yeah. And I didn't get any detail. I just saw a big, a tall, dark figure walking in between the trees, and it would actually go from left to right and then back to right to left, as if it was trying to get a look at me. And the weirdest thing is, my golden retriever, he laid down behind me.
Ooh.
I was just looking up the ridge and didn't want any part of whatever was up on the ridge. And I don't know if you guys have had golden retriever before, but they pretty much chase after anything. Like, he would chase after deer, elk, but he didn't want any part of whatever this animal was up on the ridge.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
after like a minute or so, whatever this thing was, it just got bored with me, I guess, and it just walked back into the woods. And you could hear it. It was really heavy. You can hear it crunching and things like that as I was walking away. So I'm not claiming that it's a Bigfoot, but it was pretty strange. And seeing the possible footprint in the gravel, is like on the side of the trail, but you could see the outline of it with the toes, and that tree arc thing, the bow.
You connect the dots. It's pretty
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of evidence in one area.
Yeah, it was very strange. And the other funny part is, when I was walking back down the trail, I ran into this guy. Who was walking his German Shepherd up, and I told him, "Dude, you better be careful up there. There's something big." I couldn't tell him what it was, obviously, because I didn't know what it was. But I said, "Be careful. There's something big up that trail. Be careful with your dog." And the funny thing is, like, he goes, "Oh, well, I live down in this neighborhood down here, not too far away from here, and we had a neighbor. He claimed that it was a Bigfoot that ran in his yard just a month earlier. Like, I guess he knew what I was talking about."
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that really surprised me, and I said, "Okay, man,
That's cool.
well, just be careful, because I don't know what's up that trail." And yeah, so that was pretty much, if you want to call it an encounter, my first quote unquote encounter. It freaked me
Yeah,
out for sure.
That's
I would
scary.
say that was an experience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Plus with the the backup to what the man said. I mean, it was
Yeah.
pretty. All signs seem to
Sounds
point
at all.
to that.
yeah. Like, he didn't really seem surprised when I told him. Like, he goes, "Oh yeah, I have a neighbor who says he saw one in his yard recently." Just that really surprised me. So, yeah. So that was pretty much my first, if you want to call it, encounter. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was weird, especially my dog's behavior. My dog wouldn't. I've never seen my dog lay down behind me and just like sit there.
Yeah.
In other
It's
words,
your-
you're on your own, human.
Right. I'm not going after that. I'm not chasing that thing. So that was really strange. And then there was another time where I was 2 hours away from here. There's like this trail. This trail way back in the woods, 2 hours away from me, behind me. And I was walking with my mom and dad on this trail with our dog. And there was this railroad. There's this old railroad bridge with these like 4 feet concrete slabs on the side, kind of like rails. And the bridge overlooks like a little stream, a little river, a little stream underneath it. And so I wanted to go down there and see if there's any possible prints down on the stream, because I haven't really been in this area before, so I was just curious what animals go by the water. So anyway, so my mom and dad, they keep walking with my dog. They keep going on this on the railroad bridge, and they go up this trail while I go down below along the stream, and I try to look for prints. I didn't see any prints, but as I turned to look back up to go back up onto the bridge, I saw this. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was this long-haired, reddish animal, if you want to call it an animal, running across the bridge, possibly on all fours, and its back was higher than like the 4 feet than the 4 feet slabs. So I immediately thought maybe it was my dog, I wasn't sure, but it went in the opposite direction where my parents walked with my dog. So I ran back up on the bridge, and I tried to run to where the thing ran by, and I didn't see any trace of anything. So I waited for my parents to come back with my dog, and I asked him, like, my dog's name was Puppy, and I said, "Did Puppy get away from you guys? Did he come back towards where I was?" And he said, "No, he was with us the whole time." And I don't know, when they said that, I said, "Well, what the hell was that?" And the hair on this thing was pretty long too. It wasn't like short hair. It was like kind of flowing in the wind, kind of like hair flowing in the wind as it ran by. But again, I didn't get a great look at it because I only saw the back of it only crested the concrete. I can only see like the top part of it. So
Yeah, but still, for the back of something to be 4 feet high, that's
yeah. I mean, those concrete slabs
big
are like
critter.
high up, man. Like, I mean, I'm 5'6", and like those things are like 4 feet up. So,
Mugs, your sisters are better looking than you.
oh, and there's nobody else on the trail. So,
This is us on a bad day.
yeah. I really feel like I should have a bandana or something.
No, it's starting to get cultish. Stop it.
Yeah, I'll have my little picture down here.
All right, on
Yeah.
little swatch.
There you
Yeah.
go. You're good.
So I mean, those are I mean, my most I don't know, my most exciting, if you want to call them, encounters. I don't know what the hell they were. That's the thing too. Like this is so frustrating because you can't get a good look at the thing. So I don't know, like Moggs, like what you were talking about, Moggs, you want to see one, but like how is that going to happen? It seems like you only get glimpses, or you don't.
Sounds that you can't,
When's the right opportunity?
Yeah, but I don't care if I see what you saw.
Yeah.
It's a step in the right direction for me. Seeing
Yeah.
something like that, witnessing anything, yeah, I want to see one.
Yeah.
Turn this down. Who
My thing
else?
is like, when is the right opportunity? Because it seems like they don't want us to see them. It's like you get little glimpses possibly here and there, but then I don't know. I guess you gotta wait for the right opportunity. But
Yeah, and it's not, and I don't want to see it to film it and prove anything to anybody. I just want to see
Yeah.
it for myself,
sure.
and hopefully there's a camera running.
Well, when my mom goes out, she has a little GoPro on her shoulder, so she
Okay.
tries to get them that way. Yeah.
I don't have a GoPro. I was borrowing one when I was in Florida, but I have all the gear as far as to carry a GoPro,
Yeah,
like
right.
or any other camera, the head mount, the chest mount, the dashboard mount, the
Right.
underwater little thing that you put it in. I have
Mhm.
everything. I just don't have the camera.
I gotcha. Yeah.
So who am I missing in here? Oh, 7 Pearls. You're
There you
leaving
go.
already? Huh? I don't know. She's getting comfortable. I don't know.
I had to charge my phone. I had to move charge.
Oh,
Pain in the ass.
Yeah, phones are the worst.
I'm trying to sit here and hold it, and I can't because of the plug. I can't stand it anywhere.
Yeah.
I gotta hold it and get comfortable.
You could get a phone stand if there's such a thing, I guess. I don't know.
well, actually,
I was
I have
fine until my battery died.
a ring light here, and also it's only like that big, but then there's the attachment for the phone that I can clip the phone to. So
Oh,
it's pretty cool. If I have
Yeah.
to use the phone, I can just clip it, and
there you go.
only time if I have to like chat or anything, then it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Mr. DeVere
Can't
says,
sit
"Mode
still
with a
anyway. You gotta
shoulder
sit down,
GoPro,
keep
you'd
still.
look like a
I can't sit
pirate." I'll just disguise the GoPro as a
Well,
parrot.
it has to be like a parrot, right? It would have
Yeah.
it'd have to be a GoPro parrot. So, or you have like a little parrot on your shoulder, and you put the GoPro inside, and then they
Right in his
won't know
bed.
they're being filmed.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
But they'll be like, "Look at that stupid bird." No. So Kimmy and Pammy, you gonna tell me about Mogs? Bad boy ass. Mogs is bad boy ass. Yeah. No. Let's see what we got here. Ben?
Nah, he was pretty good. He just liked to blow things up once in a while.
He's a brother.
Ben, how's it going?
Hey
Yeah.
man, how you doing?
Good. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hello, Ben.
What's going on?
Oh, I don't know. Sounds like you
Yeah,
guys
that wasn't his. The
are
slide
looking.
slide
looking
down the
for,
river wasn't his first.
No. Let Ben talk him.
You're gonna break it up. Oh yeah. Here you guys are looking for people that have seen Sasquatch.
We're not looking for him. We just encourage him to pop on.
No. Okay.
But yeah, no.
Well,
He
Well,
was
I'm
so
one of the unlucky ones that actually seen them. So
you don't you regret seeing it?
I wish I hadn't.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Seriously. Well, I came and I found the show from I think it was Bigfoot Odyssey, or was it Iron Dog, or one of those. But yeah,
I've seen you around.
yeah. I've gone by other names too, because I really don't want to expose, because this stuff is still ongoing. I see them all the time.
Really?
If I really wanted to.
What part of the country are you in?
I'm in northern Michigan.
Okay.
They've been watching me for like 10 years. And
Are you
finally-
that entertaining?
no, not at all. It's pretty pathetic, really. I mean, first I thought it was farm kids that were watching me. Why would they want to watch me mow the lawn? It's one of the most idiotic things ever. And so yeah, and it's just been, the whole thing's been so weird that I don't know what to think about at this point.
And how long has this been going on?
So, see, about over 10 years.
10 years?
Wow.
Wow. I've heard a lot of
I-
like other stories being watched, and it scares me because I don't like being outdoors, especially at night, and that the whole fear like being watched like that really is scary. And I've heard a few stories like that, and I can't imagine what it's like.
Well, that's usually how the experience happens. It
Yeah.
starts off with you get that feeling of being
Being
watched.
that feeling.
Right. I get that a lot when I go squatching.
No,
I-
it's been
Please, I don't want to have it in the forest. No, I'm not ready for that.
it's been a couple years since I really figured out what was going on. And now they know that I know. And
Has it changed things?
the dynamic has changed significantly. Oh yeah.
For good or bad?
I think it's better.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I mean, I would think it would be better if they knew that you knew. Like, like in this situation where you don't fuck with them. You don't, as far as I know,
No, I don't.
They're watching you do your thing. Now it's like, oh shit, he saw us, or he knows we're there. And one of them went,
Well-
so?
yeah.
And then you have to have that respect. They got to know that you respect them and that you're not going to like invade.
It's an interesting position you're in.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. And then there's yeah.
But have they ever been physical towards you or anything like that?
They postured.
Postured.
Like
Yeah.
bluff charged, or
Yeah, what do you mean? by
No, well, one of the first encounters that I had with them, and actually is one of the first things that I stopped doing on the property, was hunting, because I went out to the shed to close the shed door, and I made a whole lot of noise, and something was stomping in the woods in response to me closing the shed door.
Hmm.
And what I did was challenge something, being big and bad. And so something started breaking branches. I mean, first I thought it was a friend, or because this is northern Michigan, it's farmland and woods.
Sure.
So I thought someone took a dive out of a tree stand that was bow hunting, because I heard, big crash, because it was a dark night. It was right after dusk. But now that I look back at it, I think what was happening is they were hunting the food plots that I had for attracting deer. Like, what they're doing is they're setting up on the food plots right after dark, and then they hunt them. And what I was doing with making the noise was interfering with their hunting, and they weren't happy.
You pissed them off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear they hunt a lot at night, and that's their hunting hours basically. So
Yeah, but it's
you
also
intrude
the
on
deer,
that. If you piss them off, they're not going to be.
well, it's
you
when deer get active too.
Yeah, right.
And if you have a food plot, they're definitely, there's deer there. Why not?
And I had done
Right.
some things to really attract the deer. That same year, my nephew and I, during the youth hunt, out of that particular blind, by that shed, we saw like 14, 15 deer, just because of the nitrogen I threw on that food plot, just so he could get his first deer. So
Okay.
I went, all out, and I spent some time, a little bit of money on that. It wasn't that bad, but he had a great first experience hunting, so that went great. But it also attracted. Actually, I don't think it attracted them. I think they liked it. I think they were there before I even showed up on this property, before we even built the dwelling.
Good chance of that. I mean, if they've been around for that long, more than likely they've been there a
They-
lot longer.
Keeping an eye on you the whole
You
time.
know.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing why they seem to trust me, was because they've been watching me for so long. They've been watching me, how I interrelate with my family and my quote females, and how things go down. So now it's really to the point where they'll throw a rock. Like, there's a river that goes behind this property, and I'll be mowing the lawn, or I'll be just watching, and they'll throw a rock in the river, just to let me know that they're there, just to say hi.
Do they ever mess with you and throw shit in the yard, like branches and stuff, just so you have to go pick them up?
No, not that I
Yeah.
know of.
I've heard gifting. Has there ever been like any gifting back and forth? They've ever tried to leave them something, or
I've never tried to gift them. I have found in their hides. See, they like to hide and watch. That's their thing. And I found berries in their hides. It's kind of like when you watch TV and you want to have a snack. Corn cobs.
You might want to explain when you say in their hides.
I'm sorry.
Little
Sorry.
structure, little tree structure where they're hanging out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm used to talking with like military guys and cops.
No, I get
And,
it. No, but I
so-
wanted to make sure everybody else knew what it was.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What it is, it's a place where they would hide and watch, and it'd be a strategic place where they could line up vegetation between you and them, and they like to have the vegetation closest to them because you can't see them at that time.
Yeah, it's like they're on blind. I've heard about that.
Yeah.
It's exactly it. What they try, they don't manufacture them by me because they know that people would know. But so what they do is they use naturally down trees, tall grass. The biggest giveaway I've seen was when they would use the tall grass, and there's no way to hide that evidence that they were there.
True. It's all matted down.
It's matted down. They're very sentient. They have one hide that's up on the hill. It's in a white pine forest. So white pine needles, and I busted them, and I found that hide. It was about 4.5 by 5 feet, and they knew that I knew. And I went back there a couple days later, and someone had
It's
like
gone.
raked it out
Yep.
because it was in a rectangle shape, and you could see it. And they know. they know what's playing. They know that I know. And at that point, things were kind of up in the air because I wasn't real on board with what's going down here. But now I've really figured it out that they've been there all along in what I thought were bears. Were actually them playing hide and seek, playing their game, because I'd have a campfire or something out, and then see, this is when they're really dumb. I had one instance where I had to get wood for the campfire. So, well, if someone's having a campfire, don't hide behind the wood pile. So that's kind of a deal. So I go to get more wood for the campfire, and I see something, and it's a bear. That's what I think. And then I go to get a flashlight because I don't know what this thing is, and it's gone when I come back. And yeah, it's a mind bender when you don't know about them. And I've been hunting since I was a little kid. I mean, I'd been hunting at that point when I purchased this property for 25 years. I mean, bow hunting, even before it was like legal to do it. I'd be out back in my parents' woods, and I'd never seen anything like this. So it was crazy for me.
My best Scorpio MC says, I want to know, what's the history of the plot of land, and have you changed the land, like around its chopped trees or anything? Like when you did the house, did you buy it, build it? You built it, right?
It was, yeah, we built it. It was it's just a small cabin. It's nothing to write home about. But yeah, we built it, and now that I look back on it, see, we built it. Now that I look back, it's more like 15 years that I think they've been there.
Okay.
Because we start remembering things, and that didn't make sense at the time, but now they make perfect sense. If you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you hear that a lot, right? Like the Siege of Fonobi, like those guys had their cabin out in the woods, and the Sasquatch apparently were coming around. So maybe Sasquatch are kind of territorial too, and that they don't like humans building on their land, basically.
But I also think with that, there was an incident between them, the humans, and it escalated.
Yeah, it definitely escalated.
Ben doesn't fuck with them,
Yeah.
No,
Right.
I was taught responsible gun safety, and I don't brandish. I don't. I have them handy just because the whole Children of the Corn thing. I mean, when you feel like you're being watched, it's like, well, if it ever goes down, I got a little bit more than edge tools for the Children of the Corn up on the ridge that seem to like to watch me. So I mean, whatever. Okay, you can do whatever you want, but I wouldn't. The neighbors will shoot at them. I've asked and talked to the neighbors about, but haven't said anything specific about what I've seen. But last Labor Day was a little after midnight, and one of my neighbors was shooting a handgun. You could tell what it was, but I think what it was I had a lot of activity that night too, and I think some of the juveniles were screwing off. And he was responding to that. And then my other neighbors, see these, I call them neighbors, but they're really, they're a few hundred yards away.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not close.
Yeah.
So you said so there were two neighbors that had fired guns?
Yes.
And you talked to one of them?
I talked to one of them, and he gave me a runaround, really, about why he was shooting a gun off on Labor Day at midnight. So I don't know what to think about it. But I kind of made a joke out of it. Said I thought maybe a raccoon got shot out of the trash can, and haha. But he just went into misdirection and obfuscation and everything that everyone tries to do when they try to avoid answering a legitimate question.
Sure. Well, not
So-
knowing what you know, if he knew that you knew,
Right.
he might have said something.
Right. Yeah. So he's a different kind of guy too. He's not the kind of guy that you want to mess with, because other people have messed with him, and it escalated, to violence. So I just I keep it light and and move on.
So
It just sucks that when you're doing the right thing by them, on your property, and yet 100 yards away, this dickhead's shooting at him. If
Right.
indeed that's what he's
Yeah.
shooting.
When I look at him, his psychological makeup, I would think that he is, at this point, he's probably shooting in the air, from what I could tell. I don't think he would, because there's too much of a chance that it's a kid if it's someone
Sure,
like on
sure.
a holiday. So I don't think that he's that stupid. But,
does he have any animals on his property, like farm animals or anything like
Hold
that?
on.
Oh,
Hold on.
That's my dog. That the dog is by Kimmy. Did you let the dog in? Oh, there's Maya.
Oh.
oh, I like your dog, man.
it's a
Yeah.
cute dog.
Oh, she's
My
such a good
my one-eyed wonder. Yeah, Maya's a good dog. But it was weird. I heard the dog bark here outside, and then I heard it come through Kim's. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, shit.
That's funny.
That was interesting.
Everything that they know you mean well.
Yeah, they've watched me for years. So at this point, we have a pretty good trust thing going. I've seen them on my terms twice, and their terms I've
Every
seen
other-
one once.
Yeah. So three sightings?
At least three. But then there's the ones that were in the dark. 3 good sightings.
Okay. Wow.
I was just
Yeah.
curious, like, your neighbor, does he have any farm animals though? Like, maybe that's
No.
what you're stealing eggs or something from your
No.
neighbor?
I think what they were doing was they're just entertaining themselves.
Oh, okay.
Because he has an ankle biter dog and a golden retriever, I think, and that's it. And they stay in the house,
Okay.
so that's the only livestock that's around. There in the area though, there is a lot of livestock. It's
Mm,
dairy farm and cattle farms.
okay.
Oh,
It's probably a good idea to keep those dogs in the house, from what
these-
I've heard.
Yeah, well, these ones, I used to have a dog, and the dog died of natural causes. But she's had encounters with them too. Now that I look back at it, I thought that's what it is.
Mhm.
But it's just the deja vu of, and they never hurt my dog, and they just like to watch, and
Mm.
that's what I think is good about them. But I think just like with people, there's cool people and there's psychotic people.
Sure.
So yeah.
Exactly.
So the good news is that I'm thinking they're so used to me that if any nut job Bigfoots would come down the pike, come down the river, they'd probably
Handle it.
yeah,
Right.
Don't
take
mess
care
with
of
him. He's
me.
a good guy.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Leave
I
him
mean,
alone.
I'm their entertainment.
Sure.
In a weird way, I guess.
Give them presents. It even gets better.
Yeah.
Here, have some food. Here, have a lollipop.
No, see, Pammy, you don't understand because you're not that familiar with this. You don't, like, a lot of people gift, but they regret
really?
it because you start feeding them, they
Yeah.
come to expect it.
Oh,
You
that's
stop
true.
feeding them, they get pissed off.
Well,
That's true.
these seem to be really, really intelligent. I mean, based on the way they do business, and mutual support of each other, when they hunt, when, I mean, there's things that I've learned that, I mean, see, some of my buddies, they're special forces. They're one guy, he's Ranger, and they're kind of old now, but they've seen it. And I've been in the woods with them, and these things they're masters. They are masters of the woodland environment. And they're so fast, and I don't know what else to say. It's amazing.
Can you share your clearest encounter, I guess, or clearest sighting? That you had?
Clearest one? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like where you had the best look at it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I busted one, and then that wasn't a real clear sighting, but what I saw was not. I'd say one kind of complements the other. But the one that was the clearest was, I was going to put some garden tools in the shed, and I could tell something was watching me. You could just feel it. And there had been an area which had some matted down grass in it. And, I'm going to see what's going to happen now. And I pretended to go into the shed, but instead of going into the shed, I sprinted down the path to where they were hiding, and where they had this particular hide, and I saw him, and he had the face of it was a combination of Lurch from the Addams Family, Native American, I mean full-blooded Native. Photos from the 1800s type, and it was a face of a man. It was without a doubt, and he was huge, absolutely huge. I would say 4.5 to 5 feet wide. I mean, I have relatives that have
So what was he, probably
draft
9 foot?
horses. Well, he was on all fours, so I couldn't really figure out how tall he was.
Oh, geez.
See, he was in a hide, so he was crouched down.
Okay.
Got it.
And what he tried to do was, I only saw the profile of his face, but he tried to hide his face from me, as did the other one, as I came around. And I surprised him. See, I was the fastest guy in my soccer team in high school. I still got it. And that's what has helped me see them on my terms. But once they started getting used to me, then they don't care. They're no longer really stealthy about stuff.
Oh, it's just him.
Yeah. It's just that guy.
Ida Bustamante wants to know, do they come up to your house?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's one, the one that was by the woodpile. I could have spit on that one. And we were close, and I thought it was a bear, and I kept convincing myself it was. But once I saw the giant bear with the face of a dude, yeah, that kind of no more bears.
Is there a particular history of your land of like, I don't know, it just seems different than a Bigfoot type of thing, if they're all fours. It's
No,
Native
it's
American.
common for them.
Yeah.
Amy, to travel on all fours, absolutely.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, and
So
for
they say.
him, sorry.
Yeah.
My
Well,
So
wife-
they
broke-
say. Nobody, and there's no,
When he broke cover on me, after I busted him, he looked away and moved his head away, and then he was getting it on all fours. He was flying. I guess what's his name? Carrie said like animatronic or cartoonish. It's and
Excuse me.
my family's got draft horses, and like a perch heron goes about 2,000 pounds, and I would say that one was 12. at least. He was so big.
And what was it? What kind of
1,200 per Chiron draft horse.
Was it about 17 hands?
I don't know how big hands they are. It's just as far as the
It's like the size
the
of
weight.
Frisian.
yeah. Actually, yeah, they're usually bigger than Clydesdales.
Oh,
Frisians.
bigger than. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
But yeah, I would say that one was probably 1,200 pounds. I can't really fathom it. But I've gotten some of the prints too. I got a knuckle print once, but whatever.
Casted?
Yeah, but it was so degraded it really didn't come out well. But and it's just changed everything. If I could go back 15 years, I would not buy this property. I would have been looking something else. Something
But you know what?
different,
It happens
but-
for a reason, dude.
Yeah.
There's a reason. I mean, that you're who you are and they're allowing you to see them. Like, you're being yourself, you're being cool, you're doing everything right. So that's why I said you're in a unique position, to study them yourself if you so choose. I mean, you see a little like, okay, yeah, they're there, but I wish they weren't.
Yeah, I'm ambivalent, I guess. I don't know what to say.
And you're in a way you're keeping it safe. You're keeping them safe and not bringing, God forbid, somebody else
Absolutely.
bought the property. You don't know what they would have done
Yeah.
and harm them, and you're keeping them, at bay and just have this nice calm relationship where you don't know what anybody else would have done. So
Right.
it's good that like Russ said, everything happens for a reason.
Right. And they haven't harmed you, so
Yeah.
No,
It's
they-
sounds like that's going to continue because you're not going to point a gun at them or anything, and unless one would get physical. But it sounds like you don't have that.
No, and
Kind of-
I could have busted them. There's many more times that I knew what they were doing. I knew what was playing, and if I wanted to attack them, I could have. Just like that one night 7 years ago by the woodpile, whatever. That one right there could have got me too. Also, if you ever see a 1,200-pound Sasquatch try to be skinny, and try and hide behind like
Hide
a
behind the
6-inch
wrong
tree.
tree.
Like a skinny
Oh,
tree
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, I've
Try to
seen
be a
that too.
stump.
And I'm like, that is a bear. That is
For
not.
God's sakes, turn sideways. No, that didn't help either.
How about belly crawling? Have you seen them belly crawl? I wonder if that's how it got into the woodpile. Maybe it was belly crawling, and that's why you didn't really see it.
I believe it. He was crouched down real low.
Yeah.
But again, it's kind of like a bull in a china shop. Even if the bull is standing still, he kind of stands out.
Mhm.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. Have you heard him talk? Any
I've
chatter?
heard him click.
Oh, click. If you click their teeth, chatter their teeth. And
Yeah,
things like that?
it's
Yeah.
similar to like a grackle or a blackbird.
Okay.
In just a click, or what you consider a real light alarm putt for like a turkey.
Right.
And
Mhm.
I think that's when they're setting up on the other side of the river. They'll click to each other when they're watching me, because they're all in different positions. I've had up to 4 of them at once, because if one gets busted, what they do is they shake trees to try and confuse.
Yeah.
So-
Distract. Yeah.
Yep. And that's probably how I think a lot of people that I see or hear about when they go look for them. The one that's shaking the tree he's shaking the tree because he wants you to look at him. It's because you're probably right on top of another one.
Right. Yep.
Hmm.
Distracting. Yep. Absolutely.
It's got to be unnerving knowing that there's 4 around you.
Yeah.
That-
And you
yeah.
can't see them. I mean, that's.
Well, the good news is my neighbor. I started saying things about this to his wife, because his wife is a friend of mine too, and she's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, let's say my neighbor Bob, he's my neighbor down here, not by the cabin, but he saw one too." I'm like,
Mm.
"Really?" Yeah, and his brother was with him too, so that's like, was it a simultaneous hallucination with 2 guys? I don't think so, but they saw a 9-footer and this was in a completely different area.
Wow.
But he's like me. I mean, turkey season, deer season, he's out in the woods.
Even knowing that they're out there.
Yeah.
Even knowing that they're out there. He even had some paranormal stuff happen to him. But the only thing that I've really had was one orb, and that's it. My neighbors across the road that aren't crazy and shoot at sounds and people, they've seen orbs too. So
In the woods?
in the woods,
Okay.
That's cool.
actually right next to their cabin window. I mean,
Huh.
it's like almost like someone was shining a flashlight in the window, but that can be hazardous to your health in northern Michigan because
Yeah.
everyone seems to have a gun.
It's,
Huh. What's
it's like
interesting,
that-
when Mog said you saw an orb inside, and then you hear people seeing them outside. So I'm wondering.
I saw them outside too when I was in Florida, and
okay.
you know, we saw some things at the 168, but this was a separate time, separate area. I was sitting on a picnic table next to a river in the woods and saw these lights come in from above, like tree level, and one was flashing, but it wasn't a drone because they came below the tree level, and they were only 50 feet away from me, but they were
Sure.
high, 50 feet high, and maybe 40 feet over to the, however.
Right.
And they came in, they were white. They weren't, at first I'm thinking drone, lightning bug, but they were too big, for lightning bug or bugs. And
Mhm.
it wasn't a drone. There was no noise. And I saw two of them come in. The one on the right, I didn't pay much attention to because I was already following one. I couldn't watch them both at the same time. And the last thing this thing did before it left or disappeared was it flashed 3 times and then it was gone.
Okay.
So
Huh.
I don't know what they were.
You know?
Well, the ones by me, up there, they're it seemed to be somewhere like a Skinwalker Ranch thing. That I saw mine when it looked like another moon. It looks like, that's what really got me is that I went outside one night and there's 2 moons. I was like, there's not 2 moons, and look at one and you can see the craters on it. Okay, that's the real moon. And there's another one over there that looks like another moon. And during that time, there's one guy, he was kind of a jerk, but he was excavating thousands of yards of soil. And it seems like that's when I saw mine. And then when my good friends saw theirs, they were excavating for a pond. So when there's a significant amount of digging going on, that's when we see the balls of light. So I don't know what to make out of that.
Huh. Yeah.
I wonder if it's possible if they were spirit orbs, they disturb some sacred ground, Indian burial mound, anything like that.
The good thing is that where I'm at, when you till the ground for food plots, you find stuff, and I haven't found anything that would relate to any Native Americans. What I generally find is mostly modern archery equipment that gets I think one of my tilling machines collects them, and they're all chewed up like chewed up arrows.
Huh. Interesting.
But aluminum?
Yeah, just they're all aluminum and
Okay.
carbon or whatever.
Yeah, they're
A
not
lot of
wooden.
bad shots out there, huh?
Well, let's say some of my neighbors, we won't go there, but I could say bad things about them. The weird thing too is that years ago, hunters will tell you that Bigfoot are in the area without even knowing it if you know what to look for. I mean, I've learned so much from this crap.
But it's
But-
good to have people around you that you can talk to. That, you know, like you said, you talk to hunters. Before I turned on Sasquatch Chronicles and started learning about this, I didn't talk to anybody about shit. I didn't hear anything about Bigfoot as far as
Yeah.
witnesses or, I didn't know anybody that saw one. Now I know a lot of people.
Right, exactly.
But-
Well,
It was kind of foreign to me.
Yeah, because all we had were like reports on BFRO. You never really had, listening to people's encounters and stories. So Sasquatch Chronicles really broke new ground there, in my opinion.
mhm.
Absolutely.
It
Yeah.
did. Yeah,
If it
when I
wasn't
found
for
that.
Sasquatch Chronicles, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think a guy named David Boozer, I started listening to his stories first. Pac West Bigfoot. And then
Yep. I know that is. Yep.
he seems like a nice guy. And then what's his name?
What
Wes.
it looks like, what's his name? Andy Dick. Andy Dick, the comedian.
what you mean.
That's who
Yeah.
that guy looks like from Pac West.
Yeah. What?
What's up, Rob? Bigfoot Michigan Rob in the house.
Ben, I
anyway,
was wondering, have they ever slapped your house or
Yeah,
thrown
somebody
rocks
asked
at
that.
it?
Yeah.
They have.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just juveniles screwing off.
Yeah, we have a cabin and we've had that happen. We had one. Well, I don't know for sure. I don't know what did it, but something threw a rock at our cabin during the middle of the night. So we don't know who it is, but it was just odd. So I was just curious if I've heard that on Sasquatch Chronicles. People saying they've had their houses slapped and rock thrown at
I've
it.
heard a
So,
lot of stories like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Of course,
they-
Ape Canyon, the Ape Canyon incident. So I was just curious.
Yeah, I think if it was anything, it was just to, I mean, even now I look back on it, and yeah, they'd mess with my dog,
Hmm.
and they would mess with me, and I got one rock. Actually, that was part of it too. Is that my nephew used to find rocks in around the cabin. I said, "You're finding rocks?" Yeah, in the grass. And I didn't figure it out back then, but I did now. I remember the size of the rocks, and they were like, a typical rock that you would skip, but a little larger.
Hmm.
And I started calling them booger rocks because that's the size of one of the rocks that they showed they threw at my at the shed, because the shed's right next to the cabin itself, and it's got like a ramp on it, and they'll throw rocks and they'll hit that ramp. It won't do any damage, but it'll make a big thud.
Right.
So I
Right.
think it's similar to hitting the side of the dwelling itself.
I guess trying
Yeah, I
to
had
get your attention, basically. It's not trying to hurt anybody. It's just
No,
trying to get your attention.
Right. But
Yeah.
they are rock chucking fiends, man. When they hit,
I believe it.
when they oh man, they'll hit the dead freaking center of that river every time with a rock. I mean, I would not want to get in a rock chucking war with one, or
No rock
because
fights.
I think you would definitely lose. But yeah, well,
Well, with the amount of experience they have, I mean,
Yeah.
they feel like duck that day. Why not throw a rock at it and get a duck? I mean,
Right.
Well, I'm just saying
That's for
they have to be accurate.
Yeah. Well, I actually heard. I don't know if it was on Wes's show, but I heard about it was an encounter like that. This guy saw one throw a stick at a duck and it killed it.
Mhm.
Out in the water, out on a pond. So
Yeah, one of
easy
Wes's
way to kill them.
moderators, that was his claim to fame, was his story was he was fishing and he was throwing rocks. They were throwing rocks at him, so he started throwing them back at him. He got in a rock chucking war with them. Like, oh boy,
No.
I wouldn't want to get in the middle of that.
no way. But
No.
Raging Cajun, what's up, buddy? Welcome.
yeah, well, I think I'm going to take off. I'll
Yeah, dude.
come back later,
Yeah.
man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, anytime.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's been
Thank you,
it's
Ben.
been
Yeah,
therapeutic.
very
Thanks for
It's
stopping
been
on.
like
Pleasure meeting you.
it's like cathartic.
Nice meeting you,
That
Ben.
was
All
very
right.
interesting.
Nice
All
meeting you.
right.
Story.
Good night.
Take care, man.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Yeah, but we've been doing this for 2 hours and 40
Yeah.
minutes. Damn.
That was interesting though.
You're welcome. That was fun. That was fun.
Stevie B says, Pyro, I found Mogs on Bigfoot Odyssey a couple of years ago. Yeah. I moderated for Bigfoot Odyssey for a few years. Now they don't take my calls.
Oh no.
I think I lost his number on purpose. Anyway. But yeah, Cammy, Pammy, thank
I
you.
gotta go get some sleep. I gotta go pick up a doggy in the morning.
All right on. Oh, you're
Yeah.
watching your friend's dog, right?
I'm gonna be taking care of Abe, so I'm gonna go pick up him tomorrow, and he'll be staying
Yeah.
with us for a few months. So
Well, that's cool.
some rest to get ready for that.
Very good.
But I'm really
Well, it's
glad that
well, it's
I
good to meet you guys.
came
Thanks for
on and
coming on.
Nice
said
meeting
hi.
you.
Hi.
Yeah. Gotta get
All right,
headed now.
Pammy. I'll see you later.
Have a good night.
All right.
Kimmy, thank you very much.
Yep,
I'll
it
talk
was
to you in a
cool.
minute.
Me and you, Kimmy. Good night. Well, thanks for having me on, Moggs. I mean, I appreciate
Oh, my
it.
pleasure, dude. I appreciate it. Anytime,
Yeah.
dude. You know, I really enjoyed it, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Look.
sure everybody else did too. So it was cool. You know, I guess I watched you was it last night? It was
Yeah.
on? Yeah,
Yeah.
it was last night. I was watching so much crap last night. I was like blowing through channels because I haven't had the opportunity to really spend time in chats. So
Right.
there
I
was
get
so
you.
much stuff on last night. I was just like from one to the other real quick. But it's hard to be real quick if like some of them I just lurked because as soon as I say hello, there's 15 minutes of saying hello to everybody else.
Right.
You know?
I hear you, man. I hear you.
So, you know,
Okay,
I
cool.
lurked a little bit, but
Yeah. No, I appreciate you
Um,
coming. You know, I appreciate you asking those questions. Though I you know, I was happy
yeah,
to
no, it
answer
was a
them.
thought.
So
You know, you never know.
yeah, no, I appreciate it. So
I even went and played geese sounds, but it wasn't what I was looking for.
oh yeah, right, right.
Anyway,
Well,
all right, Tristan, thank you so much.
thank you, Moggs. Yeah, have a good
You're
night,
more
man.
than welcome. Like I said, anytime to come on, anytime you
Sounds
want.
good, dude. Have a
All
good
right,
one. Thank
you too. Thank you. Wow, guys, that was almost 2 hours and 45 minutes. Thank you everybody that showed up. Kimmy, Pammy, that was awesome. Tristan, thank you. You know, Ben, you know, that was awesome story. Be safe up there. You know, you have that ongoing, you know, and I think you seem to have it, you know, in check. You guys are, you know, there's a respect between you guys that, you know, don't break it. But still be safe. All right, guys. I will be here on Thursday. I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow night somewhere. Who's tomorrow night? I don't know. I'm sure I'll see you somewhere. If you enjoyed the show, you know, please be sure to hit that like button below. If you're new to the show, I did see some new names. So subscribe and also hit that notification button. So whenever we go live, you'll get notified. If you want to donate to the show, you can do it through PayPal. I have a PayPal account. I will link in the description below. If I get sidetracked and don't put it in the description below, go to the last show. It's in the description below. Or in the banner on my channel in the lower right-hand corner. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. I will talk to you soon. Peace and God bless.